floor. What does floor rhyme with?
More. Door.
Core.
Oh,
Core.
yeah.
It rhymes with core.
Yeah.
And if you need flooring, if you want the best in flooring, the best installation, the best experience for the brand new floors you're going to put in your home, Core Flooring Center is the place you want to go, and you want to talk to Corey.
Yep, right there in Winter Park, serving all of Central Florida. CORE, flooringfl.com is their website. 20 years experience, great ratings online. You could look at it yourself. Like I said, serving all of Central Florida. Made in the USA, waterproof laminate, vinyl plank like you have, Daniel.
Yeah, man.
Wood floors and carpet. Dustless flooring removal. So if, you hire Core Flooring and you need, let's say the tile taken out of your current place.
It's just a better experience when they don't destroy your home.
Yeah, and then dust it all up. So they have the dustless flooring removal, which is important. 0% financing for 24 months. And right now, limited time offer. You got to mention Tom and Dan. You can get 10% off your flooring and labor starting at $1 a square foot. So you can do the math. They're super high quality. We talked to Corey from Core Flooring.
He vets and knows all of his installers, and a lot of times he's been working with them for a very long time. And Core Flooring Center, a portion of every sale that they do, they donate to Save a Life Pet Rescue. So they're doing something good. And we've had other clients that do this where it's like, you buy something, you do something great for your home, but then you're doing something great within the community.
Yes.
Corey and Core Flooring are doing that and helping out pets in this area. So that's awesome.
Also, if you use Core Flooring, just let us know.
Come on in.
Hey, I use Core Flooring. I got some new floors. Send us some pictures because we'll use you for the next commercial.
Yeah,
but
man.
Also, you get to come in here, watch a show.
Have a little party with us. The drinks are on us.
Yeah, we'll send you a Tom and Dan gift.
Yep.
We appreciate our new sponsor. It's Core Flooring Center, CORE, flooringfl.com.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Moe Studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Quick update. Our $5 t-shirt, the BDM t-shirt promotion is over, but we did order extras to have at the BDM Appreciation Event, which is happening April 11th.
Yeah, man. I'm so excited to see all of you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Tom and I were popping in extra groups to kind of remind everybody, like, hey, man, we'd love to see you. And it seems like there's going to be a really good turnout. A lot of people are planning on coming out. The usual suspects. I am excited as hell to see you guys.
So we got DJ Ryan Sharp playing music at 6.
Sharp's the best.
Then at 7 o'clock, Jeff Howell and his son Casey Howell and Tom the Bomb are going to be playing. Up until 8 o'clock, that's when the Juggling Jacks, who are two Russian performers.
Is it confirmed if they're daughter and mother-daughter combo?
I think that's what it says on their website. But
they're beautiful Eastern Bloc performers that will dazzle you with dog tricks and juggling.
Yeah, they're bringing their 2 trained poodles, and they're going to do a dog show, and they got a unicycle and juggling and a bunch of hula hoops,
magic, feats of strength. Like there's no telling what they're going to set themselves on fire.
And then we got Jeff Howell and Casey Howell coming back.
I feel bad for them after that.
Yeah.
Like when Jeff has to go back on stage after the Russian jugglers, it is like, oh God, bring them home. Bring them home, Jeff.
And then we're ending the night with DJ Sharp again. So we got a stage, we got some tables. It's at a bar and restaurant. All the details we sent out to BDMs.
Yes.
And
if you need that and you are a paying and active BDM, email me. I'll send you
Yeah.
the link, and you can.
It's all over the BDM page, and
Yeah.
we've been in BDM subgroups promoting it. But yeah, if you are an active BDM and you didn't get the invite, just email either of us, show@tomandan.com, tom@tomandan.com. We'll let you know the details. It's you and a guest can show up. It's for BDMs only, and you can subscribe up until the day before the event. Even the day of the event, April 11th, you're like, I do want to go. Become a BDM and just message us, and we'll tell you where it's at. So that's on April 11th, and then it starts at 6 p.m. So
there you go. There you go.
let's do some for this first segment. It's it's a spring break segment.
Yeah. Feels like spring break. I mean, like I'm
Yeah,
literally in jean shorts with no shirt on right now.
Oh, it's hot.
It's very hot. We're sitting outside. People don't know that. Do people know that our studio's outside? I know it
I don't
sounds
think they
really
do.
good for an outside studio.
Yeah. It's in a field.
You know that's always been one of my dreams is to have an outdoor studio. You know what got me thinking about that? I watch a lot of barbecue content.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with meats that'll kill you. I only like the meats that are bad for you. I like highly processed, highly smoked, fried, old world Southern meats is where I spend a lot of my time. And a lot of these guys, these backwoods Southern chefs. Chef is I'm being air quotey with chef. They have outdoor kitchens, and they're always coming to you live from their outdoor kitchen, and it's cool. And I think it'd be cool if it's like live from the Tom and Dan Outdoor Studio. That'd be badass, dude. It's not good for sounds.
Also hot
Hot as hell,
We need-
mosquitoes.
Yeah, hot or extremely cold sometimes. Which what the hell, Florida? You killed my plants. All right.
How are you? Before we get into emails and voicemails,
Yeah.
how are you with that? Because it does seem
I'm mad every day.
It seems like that affected you in a way that it's almost
It's all
reached a point
brown.
where you're like, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, because my backyard is no longer a sanctuary for me.
Have you cleaned out all the brown?
You can't, because some of the palms you say you're not supposed to cut all the brown off. Like every frond is brown, so I just cut it all to nothing. And I think even the brown fronds, like before they totally go crisp, maybe do something to regenerate. I need a new frond to pop up, and then,
you're not seeing any of that.
well, some of them they're stunned for a while.
Are there any signs of life? Is kind of what I want
Some
to
of
give to
them-
the
some of them,
listeners.
yes.
When you survey it, do you survey it? Because I'm trying
Yes,
to paint the
yeah.
picture. Do you go out there sadly? With,
I'm sad.
You take a marijuana pill, you wait for it to
Oh,
kick
yeah.
in, and then you go out there and you solemnly
That makes it worse.
and you it does. It's a depressant.
There's something like that. I got a
You
bottle.
got to get on cocaine to love your dead plants.
A bottle palm sprouted a new green leaf, so that's go live. I got a Montgomery palm that it doesn't look good, and I paid like $180 or whatever for it.
$200 for a palm.
It was already 10 foot tall. Anyway, it has one brown sprout that could break open into a new green one, but everything else.
And you
is
can't
dead.
rush this. It's just like healing. It's like me with my hip.
Yeah.
You can't rush. Your yard is effectively healing, no different than I'm healing from my hip surgery. And this is the only thing that is in control of this is time. And I hate it when time's in control.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Speed up. Time.
I can't do it.
You stink.
I can't do it. I spend half my time wanting time to slow down, time with my daughter and my wife. I spend the other half of the time telling time to get the fuck out of the way. Get out of the way, time.
Yeah.
You're fucking me up.
I want to fast forward till it's green again.
Yeah, aren't you tempted to cut open the bulb to see if there's green in there? But you can't, because you'd fucking kill it if you
my
did it.
flamethrower is dead, I think. Oh, God.
And that was
one-
your pride and joy. Tell us about the flamethrower palm.
Well, that was like a $480.
That was your pride and joy.
I got it.
You gambled on that. When you start getting into the kissing $500 for a palm, what were you thinking?
I got
man?
it at a discount.
What the fuck were you thinking?
I got
man?
a good deal on it. Anyway.
What'd you get it
whatever.
for?
No one cares about this.
I
No
do
one cares
care.
about the
No,
place.
people do care about
No.
this. People do care about this because you know what? Why people care about this? Because they see like the crack of the exterior, the armor of this man that's had no feelings. They see a blast of laser light comes flying out of the chest plate of this emotionless robot standing there, and boom, a laser of light comes out, and they're like, he cares about those plants, and they're fucking dead.
You know what it's like? It's like if you walked in and your tile was all brown in your house, and you're like, God damn, ugly doo-doo brown.
You had that. That's when you tried to color your grout. It doesn't last. Raise your hand if you're listening to this show and you have tried to color your grout white. You can't do it. You fucking can't do it.
I've tried to hide a lot of things with color in my life.
Painted your grass, painted your grout, grass and grout.
The grassing was the most ridiculous thing. People
still do that.
My friends still laugh at me.
They did it at our school. They did it at, I don't want to say the school. They did it right up here. I looked out there. They're out there painting the grass. I'm like, you motherfuckers, doing it again.
They painted the whole field?
Not the whole field, just a patch that looked really bad. They must have been doing photos or something, or somebody said, this looks like shit. And somebody got out there, they painted a brown patch. I'm like, they still do that with the paint?
Well, this guy painted my entire yard. It was looking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like when black guys paint their beard on. I love it. You had a black guy hair yard. You had old black guy hair yard.
Well, the neighbor's yard was brown, so it went lime green up to brown. So like
that's what happens to the black guys. When they get it done and they assimilate with their friends who don't have the spray on hair, they look ridiculous. But if it's just them, they look great.
Yeah. All right. Let's do some voicemails and emails.
What do you want first? You want a voicemail or an email?
Well, you got the email in your hand. Let's do that one first.
All right, this one's from John. Let's see here. So I was driving around with the wife a few weeks back, and she pointed out a Tesla car. Her friend has one, and they went somewhere in self-driving mode. I wasn't really listening, but Tesla has been coming up in conversation since. Anyway, she pointed out a random Tesla. I'm a little bit aloof, just like Tom. They're doing it again. So I don't typically notice stuff like cars and what they look like, the brand logo, or even the color, or when we're driving around town. Now she's pointing out the Tesla. I keep noticing them all around now that she's been pointing them out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I recognize the logo. It looks like a stabbing knife. And now at that I'm writing this, I wonder if that's the problem. Like, if the car's logos are inkblot test, and I go to my Tesla T logo is a stabbing knife, I don't know. Did I fail the test by thinking the Tesla logo is a stabbing knife? Also, the Tesla trucks are butt ugly. This is a great email. I started literally with the worst email we've ever been sent.
I like how this guy's like, I have a comment on the Tesla truck.
They are ugly. Yeah, Cybertrucks are weird looking. I don't notice. There are a lot of logos out there that if you're not careful, I think I kind of can read through the lines here to see what he's saying. I notice that I am less quick to know when people have changed their branding. I'm looking at you, Kia. Kia changed their branding.
Really?
Yeah. The main logo for Kia is a lot nicer. It's a lot sharper. It's a lot cleaner. Let me see if I can pull up the new Kia logo.
Well, I have a theory that...
I love new logos. I love it when people redo their logo. Here's the new one. So there's the new one, and the round one's the old one.
Oh, yeah. But I've seen that in the Kia Center.
Yeah,
the Kia Center.
Yeah, you see, logo, we're the perfect city to notice that. But yeah, I remember when that first started rolling out, I would look at the car and be like, what the hell is that?
So I have a theory that I think is basic human psychology that has always been a thing. It's just we're now confused by the actual social media algorithm and the fact that they market to us based on our searches and stuff, where we've gotten confused to what is an actual social media algorithm and what is our psychological algorithm. And let me explain.
Yeah, please.
Because this happened to me with buzzballs.
Oh, yeah. That's on my algorithm now, too. The jumbo, the biggie buzzes.
I never noticed buzzballs until we talked about that story about the guy, the Florida guy. Or it wasn't in Florida, but it was the guy that fed a hawk a buzzball. I think it was in California.
We wanted him to be Florida.
I know, yeah.
It's such a Florida thing to do.
That's another psychological thing. But so after we talked about that story, in real life now, every time I go to the gas station, I see the buzzballs, which I never even noticed before.
Right.
And I sent Daniel pictures of them. I'm like, hey, there's buzzballs.
They've been there the whole time.
They've been there the whole time, but it wasn't until we talked about
you activated that portion of your subconscious brain. Yep.
And then now I notice it. And I think that's happening a lot with even advertisements and social media. That's not the actual algorithm, but it's our psychological algorithm that we now now notice, and then I think like, oh, and our phone is listening to us, and Alexa is listening to us, and all that, but sometimes they're not, and sometimes it's just your psychological algorithm remembering something you talked about, like buzzballs, and now they just pop up everywhere, and you're like, oh, I've never noticed these before. I saw them at Wawa. They have a whole stand of buzzballs.
Thousands of flavors, apparently. My God.
Oh, and we've talked about this before, but the Sunoco on 1792, kind of near the Mercedes-Benz dealership over there, like... if you're leaving from here towards my house,
the one near Fiddlers?
No. It's on 1792 towards my house, right before you go under that railroad track that goes above.
Oh, the Sunoco, yes.
The Sunoco.
Yep.
And
yep.
that place is a goddamn convenience store. A theme park inside.
Oh, it's like it reminds me of what's the place Pedro says? South of the border.
It's
like a mini Buc-ee's. They have everything inside there and all kinds of random mismatched stuff that should be. Yes.
It has so many beer options.
It's fun to go in there.
And and then me and Crystal, we were on a date night the other night. Dude, they have a whole refrigerator full of buzzballs. They have the buzzball.
Biggie buzzes?
Yeah, no, they got
them all.
They've got every flavor of buzzball. They've got a whole double-sided cooler full of buzzballs. They also have more lottery tickets than I've ever seen any place have.
Is that a private Middle Eastern family that owns that?
Yeah.
There are two. There's another one.
I want them to advertise with us. So we can be like, go to the Sunoco on 1792.
I think they own the other one near Fiddlers. That's the one known as craft beer. Like, if you go in that one, that one is all Florida brand beers. You go in that man's.
This one has it too. This one has such a huge it's like
going
variety.
in an ABC liquor store for Christ's sake. But it's just a regular Sunoco that you would go in, and it's clean. Like the Middle Eastern man that owns the one near Fiddlers, he's always out there with a. What do you call it? Like a blower, blowing it off and making it look perfect. And then when you go in his cooler, I kid you not, he has like over 100 different kinds of Florida beer.
Yeah, and it stinks like weed in there.
It does stink like weed. Well, that's the Delta 9, because he's got everything, man. They got the Delta 9. They got it all.
They've got pipes.
He's probably got synthetic testosterone in a cooler somewhere. Don't take that. That is bad for you.
They got some synthetic testosterone. Yeah. My
what do you want?
Has a real.
You want a BBL? They got it.
Yeah.
They could, like, you want plastic surgery? He knows a guy.
They have sex toys. I'm not even joking.
They have weed pipes, dude. They got fucking bongs in there. They got everything in their knives. They got knives.
It stinks like weed. I ran out and I'm like, Chris,
come in.
I've never done this at a convenience store. I went out to the car and I told Chris, I'm like, you have to come in here and see this fucking place. I'm like,
you guys have a real date night.
Because I knew about it before, but they got more shit. They got tall tees, a whole aisle of tall tees, like black and white tall tees.
Trucker hats, charging cables for your phone, cases for your phone.
The Sunoco on 1792 by the railroad tracks is like near Maitland.
I love independent gas stations where the owner goes crazy and just decides, well, we can make as much money as we Delta 9 crazy.
Why'd you do an Irish accent?
I don't know. It's felt right. It just felt right. Let's go with this one. I believe this is from our very good friend of the show, Kenny the Pervert.
Hey there, Tom and Dan. Hey guys, it's Kenny. Y'all, we're talking about genies, and everyone knows the rule. You can't wish for more wishes, but the easiest loophole...
Is that really a rule? I think
that's an old genie rule.
It's only if the genie says it. I don't think it's... I want to correct him in saying that I don't believe in geniedom. That it's just a blanket. Genie appears and like, hey, remember, it's like, right now, it's like, hey, remember, if you're going to drive on these American roads out here, you abide by the speed limit. I don't think in geniedom there is a blanket rule of, remember, you can't wish for more wishes. I always thought the genie had to explicitly tell you to your face, hey, just so you know, you can't wish for more wishes.
It may be the part of genie code. Okay. That's always that rules all genies that you cannot wish for more wishes.
Okay.
So I think because Robin Williams says it in Aladdin, and
is he your favorite genie?
Yes.
Is he your top tier genie?
Yeah.
Although, is it weird for you that both him and Will Smith are genies?
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
I only count cartoon genies.
Will Smith played cartoon genie.
And then I'm like, it's so sad. This genie hung himself.
That genie did. That was a sad genie.
Yeah. It was like,
I bet you he'd wish
so
for his
happy,
life back.
Yeah,
I bet you he'd wish for his life back.
Anyway, I don't know why I said that.
I don't know why you said that. I don't know why I piled on. I'm like, I'll go along with this. He continues.
But the easiest loophole is you just wish for more genies. And you just constantly get 3 every single time. So as long as you use your third wish to wish for another genie, it's an unlimited amount. So, and then that allows you, Tom, to be able to stop it whenever you want. When you're done and you're tired of it, be like, fine, I won't wish for more genies anymore. So, easiest thing to do, guys. Very simple. Love you. Bye.
Okay, so his idea to continue wishes would be first wish is whatever, fair game, second wish, fair game, third wish for another genie. Does that first genie, poof, he's gone? Poof, gone.
No, he's there still.
Until what? Well, no, he executed the wish by giving a new genie. He's done. He's off the clock.
That's got to be part of the code, too. You think you're smarter than a genie, Kenny? You're not fucking smarter than a genie.
You know, I said that.
They thought about that already.
I said that to you, 2 weeks ago after Kenny was in here and he left? I looked at you and I said that to you. I said that to your face. I said, the problem with Kenny Samsel is that motherfucker thinks he's smarter than a goddamn genie. And he's just not.
The other day, I came to a realization that there is nothing that I could think of ever that someone else hasn't thought of.
No, I can think of a ton of stuff that other people haven't thought of.
I think every human's already thought of it, and then you look it up on the internet, it's there. And that's how
somebody has wanted to pull their own real front teeth out and then pull the front teeth out of that Labubu doll and replace my front teeth with that Labubu doll's front teeth. No one thought of that.
Well, I'm talking about some money-making schemes.
Oh, not just crazy thoughts. Got you. I lose.
I don't dabble in the crazy.
I have a lot of crazies. Just crazy thoughts.
Yeah. Crazy. I'm sure there's lots of crazy.
I'll put this bottle in my asshole.
They've thought of that.
Yeah. Not this
Everything
bottle.
with your butt. Everything with your butt's been thought of. But I'm just talking about like general, like sometimes I lay awake at night and I start thinking about like loopholes in gambling or ways like trying to figure out some sort of
ways
edge.
to cheat the system.
Yeah, cheat the system. I love cheating the system. And
you love the idea of cheating the system. I don't think you love cheating the system because we're pretty standard 9 to 5 or ham and eggers, right?
Well, I don't want to be. I want to cheat the system.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You don't cheat the system, though.
I can't. I want to,
but you're not. So you can't.
Because there's nothing. Everybody's thought of everything. There's no thought that to cheat the system that's already out there that someone tried to stop. It's like wishing for another genie. The genie system has been around for a long time.
There are people actively cheating the system and getting caught cheating the system.
Yeah, they're getting caught. I want to get. I'm too soft for jail.
Well, the more we go into AI, the more you understand, the more people are going to get caught. I mean, I believe that's why all these people are getting caught with the insider trading with Kalshi and stuff. They're trying to tighten that down. As big as gambling is becoming, they're tightening the loopholes. Like, they are actively trying to tighten the loopholes.
It's not illegal with Kalshi. That's the thing. It's illegal with regular stock market. But
what happened to the Mr. Beast guy? I know he got fired, but did they not pay him out because they figured that it was insider trading when he was betting on things?
I think Kalshi can void your investment or whatever the fuck they call the bet. It's a bet, but
they do call it something weird.
I think they can get around paying you. They may have to pay you your initial bet back or something, or refund that.
Just make it square.
Or maybe not, because there's probably in the fine print of Kalshi's rules and regulations saying that if you have some insider knowledge that the other public doesn't have, that they could void it.
Interesting.
But still there will, and that's the thing with the Kalshi. There's a prediction market where it's actually 100% the event hasn't happened yet, and you're predicting the likelihood. And then there's information markets where someone out there knows the answer, or maybe multiple people, and you're trying to predict it, but the knowledge is out there and exists. So you're betting on something that has a definitive answer already, but you don't have the information, but some people do, and that's the hardest part.
And that excites you.
Well, I want the information so I can get in on it and take the money.
See, when you talk about this, it is like when I talk about emotional things. Because when you talk about getting excited about finding the edge, I always think like, why not just do what you're doing and do a good job doing what you're doing. There are no edges. That's like there's no free rides. It's just hard work's the only way. There is no edge. There is no loophole. I'm never going to benefit from that. So it doesn't excite me because I don't think I really believe in them.
Well, you're thinking,
because I've never benefited from one.
Yes, you have, and I'll tell you.
Okay, tell me.
Because everything in life has some sort of edge. Podcasting, we got into podcasting when there was an edge.
Yeah, but I wasn't getting into it looking for the edge. You see what I'm saying? You're trying to get into it by looking for the edge.
But you did.
I got into podcasting because I liked podcasting and enjoyed the freedom of podcasting. I wasn't doing it because I thought that was the leverageable edge.
But you did it because you thought you could make a living. Obviously, I don't
know if I did that. I think I did it because
we took the chance.
I took the chance
and started a company.
But I didn't do it because, you see what I'm saying? Like you're chasing it backwards. You're trying to find the edge to do it. We got into it because it was a way to do it, and there's a viable way to create an edge because we were the edge.
Well, because the timing and the risk of quitting our broadcasting job.
And it was new.
Yeah, and the newness of it was the edge that we had information that everybody else didn't have, which was we already tested.
But it wasn't definitive.
It wasn't, but nothing's ever definitive. And that's the thing with the edge. It's like what you think we gambled on leaving our jobs, starting a company, and I believe we did have the edge. That's why we won.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
All right.
So that's like it's using, and that's what handicapping is, using your knowledge. And that's what, like, even if you don't have technically insider trading knowledge, right?
This doesn't feel right, though, because on this example, the reason I don't like it is because I'm betting on myself, and I will always bet on myself because I'll outwork almost anybody.
Yeah, but
so I don't know why this isn't. It's not. I understand what you're saying, and
that's an edge too.
And I want to agree with you, but I can't for some reason. It's not
because your brain's not looking at that constantly enough where you understand. Like it's like that book I read, Thinking in Bets. It's like you have information and you're betting on every decision you make based on the information you have. And that information you have is different than a lot of other people's information, and you're making decisions based on that information in your life and what you know. You knew about broadcasting. You knew how the broadcasting makes their money. You knew about commercials. You knew about what we knew is we were doing events and hundreds of people were showing up.
Right.
And we were like, oh shit, this isn't happening in our normal broadcasting jobs. Why is this happening here? That's an edge. That's it. Other people didn't have that edge.
Okay.
Because no one else was doing podcasts and doing private events or like events in their podcast and seeing how many people showed up and knew that was okay. For instance, the Yo and Joe show when we talked to Michael Yo.
Yeah, that was years ago.
They didn't have the informational edge. They knew 200,000 people were downloading their podcast. They had that information. They didn't know what that was worth. Because they weren't in the broadcasting and marketing industry.
Right.
They were in the stand-up comic industry. So if they were in the broadcast and marketing industry, they would have been like, oh, shit. And also knew the real and didn't follow the bullshit of giant broadcasting companies that say they have millions of followers or millions of listeners, and they don't. Like 200,000 was a huge number. And that's where we didn't have the information because back then we didn't think the people listening and downloading our show was that high based on what we knew and what we were told in normal broadcasting.
Well, it was skewed from where we'd been. Sure.
So we were looking at, like 50,000 downloads and being like, oh, well, that's not...
It's not millions.
That's not millions like we've been told.
Hundreds of
and
thousands.
It was like, and it was never millions to begin with. 50,000 was a huge number. And that's why we had so many people show up at events because it was a huge engagement number. And then...
the actual numbers were all fucked up.
And then if if we can get 200 people to show up at a fucking, what's that first bar?
903 Mills.
903 Mills, then that's more valuable than this $1 million radio station.
Right.
And then we're like, and that's the informational edge we use to start our own business, and that's why it's successful. Or at least that's
part of it.
Part of it. The other part of it is based on our hard work. We knew each other hard.
And the other part of it is just this is the more comfortable and less shitty decision.
Yeah, and
that's being honest.
And then your quality of life, and betting on that. But so all that information, our work ethic, what we knew.
I will agree with that.
And then so it's like that is what like market gambling is really, and that's what I like. If that makes any sense.
No, it does. That does make sense.
So in every, you not wanting to push your limits with your hip and waiting for a doctor's clearance is the gamble,
right?
Because the opposite of that, and me listening to me and be like, fuck with it, just go without.
I don't want to gamble with my marriage. It's more with Andrew.
Yeah. Well, that's all information that you're using to make a decision.
I was on the cane like 3 days too early. I was driving like 5 days too early.
So your wife being mad at you, the risk of you falling and having to do another surgery, you can't go through that again. You know what I'm saying?
That won't happen.
So
I would bet 0% on that.
So you're using information to make a decision, and that's all
too small to fall.
and so you do it all the time.
Interesting.
It's just you got to reframe your thought about how you're and that's
I see what you're saying.
When any sort of and I use the word gambling. It's like predicting markets. Predicting markets, you're using a bunch of information, and then sometimes it's a little too. You have too much information that the public doesn't have. But finding that, and
it's not something naturally that I enjoy, because I can feel my body actively, body and mind. I can feel my mind more than anything actively rejecting a constant need to predict the future.
Yeah, it brings stress and anxiety.
Yeah, it's not a place that I enjoy being. I'm like, I wonder what that's gonna like. I don't care. Yeah. I like to just no. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about where things are going. Just let it be where it is. Because I don't know. Like maybe the idea of it being bad that gives me anxiety. So I push everything out.
Yeah. No, I think it is your anxiety.
I can see
you're just like, you don't want to think about it.
There's no need. I'm just like, no need. Can I control it?
Well, that's some difference, because sometimes you can make decisions to put yourself in a better place for the future.
Oh, I like that stuff. And I try to make good decisions for myself, for us, for
things
my
you have no control over. Yeah, I 100% agree. I don't bother myself with anything that I have zero control over at all. Because it's completely...
You are very good at that.
Completely meaningless to me. If I have zero control over this and I can't do nothing about it, then I don't think about it.
So number one thing you and Andrea line up on that I am eternally jealous of. Like I see it, I see you do it, I see her do it, and I'm like, God damn, I'm jealous of that.
I think you could train yourself to do it.
I'm getting better. I would say I'm way better at it now than I've ever been. Like especially now, too, and it's a conversation for a different time, but there's this thing I've been talking about with Andrea, and eventually you and I'll probably talk about it on an OG or a BDM show, where I'll talk to you guys about how I do feel like the constant pain of my hips raised my base level of anxiety for some reason. Just like being in pain all the time, like kept me in a baseline, like I feel calmer now that my hips are repaired.
Yeah, even pain will raise your anxiety.
Even in the pain that I'm in right now, healing, there's nothing like what the pain I was in when these two hips were fucked. I am a different human right now. Like my baseline anxiety is shit. I'd go as high as 10% lower. That's a huge percentage for me.
Yeah.
10% naturally lower just because I'm not in pain. Like I can sit here and just be like, my legs feel.
Yeah, 100%. That makes sense.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. Anyway, let me give you another one because that was good. That does make. You explain that very, very well. Let's try this one right here. I believe this is our friend DeBerry Joe, who has never been to DeBerry. I just want to make that known.
He's been there.
No, he just left me an email. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Hey, homie, just since you mentioned it on Twitch, I'd figure I'd let you know I accepted a new gig. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying this. This is his business. He says you can keep trying for the Charleston Josh or Charleston Joe thing, but I don't know if you remember or not, but I have never been to DeBerry. And that's why I love holding on to it, he said. You will forever be DeBerry Joe. And he left us a wacky voicemail. I've been saving this one for you because this is fantastic. Listen to how this guy called us.
What's up, Tom and Dan? It's DeBerry Joe. Sorry, I gotta whisper because I'm smoking weed on my balcony. My partner's parents are here. They've been here for 2.5 weeks.
His partner's parents have been staying with him, and he's smoking weed on his balcony.
Is DeBear Joe gay? Just calling a girlfriend a wife.
Younger people call them partners now. You're going to have to get over this, Grandpa.
That's boyfriend, girlfriend.
Let's talk about
husband, wife. Just say it.
Let's dissect this voicemail.
Gay or not gay? Let's say boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife.
Okay, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I don't like the term partner either. And you want to know why? Because Tom Vanna is my partner. He's my business partner. Partners are for business. If you have another person in your life that you put your penis or you eat their vagina or they sit on your face or whatever the fuck or you suck dicks, that is your love interest.
Or no, they're boyfriend, girlfriend. One or the other.
Boy or girlfriend. And boyfriends can have boyfriends. And girlfriends can have girlfriends. But this partner bullshit's got to stop. Are we in agreement on that?
I understand.
Why do they say partner?
Partner does make more sense just because it's a human partner, and there's
partner's what Snoop Dogg calls you when you're selling weed to him. He's like, "Thanks, partner."
And then I understand that it's like just putting a label like boyfriend, girlfriend.
I'm not caving on partner.
Sometimes it's more complicated than that, and I understand. So
I'm not caving on partner.
It should be. I'm saying it should be partner. I'm just saying when you say it, it confuses me for the first second because then I'm like, because immediately
I won't say it.
Immediately I'm like, was the Barry Joe gay? Maybe he was.
I won't say it.
I think he banged Cadillac Pat.
I think he did. And that's what tore their relationship apart on the cruise. If you come to me and you introduce, you come to watch a show and you're like, oh, and this is my partner and whomever, I will then refer to that person as your boyfriend or girlfriend. I will. I'm not going to say partner. I'm not going to do
also,
it.
2.5 weeks is a long-ass time for your partner's parents to stay with you. That's
his girlfriend, sir. This is his girlfriend.
I don't know what to say. That's
he continues. He continues.
We got 2.5 more weeks left.
2.5 more weeks left, he said.
God damn, 5 weeks?
Wow.
They're great, but they are in their mid to late 80s, and it's been challenging. So I'm smoking a lot of weed on my balcony, but I was leaving this message to call Tom on his bullshit about his mini documentary saying that fingerprints don't...
System message!
Oh, damn it, it happened again. That's from an audiobook. That's what that weird sound is.
You have an old man scream, system message! It said system message in an old man voice. System message! And also, I found some gold! I found gold!
Why is that?
System message! And also, what do you boys want for food on the chuck wagon tonight? It's me, Cookie! I'm cooking stew! What the fuck?
Who programmed that in your phone to scream out an old man system message?
I gotta hear it again.
And the person you're talking to hears it?
That's bad designed phone, right?
Again, that's from an audiobook. That's what that weird sound is. I gotta hear it again. Leaving this message to call Tom on his bullshit about his mini documentary saying that fingerprints don't...
System message!
Oh, damn it, it happened again. That's from an audiobook. That's what that weird sound is.
Audiobook?
No, fingerprints sometimes don't go back. Like, I have scars built into my fingerprints from, manual labor, like, actually breaking rocks and shit.
System message!
All right, Joe. I heard this.
We get it.
Yeah, you can have scars in you, but I think the baseline fingerprint is still able to be recognized as your own. So, yes.
Yeah, if they can get to you, if they can...
if you have a...
it's there, is what Tom's saying. No matter if they're scar tissue, your fingerprints are still there. Is that what you're saying?
I think, based on what I saw...
I think that's true.
But
I'm not going to look it up because I want the argument to continue. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Listen, I trust the mini documentaries more than DeBarry Joe.
Who's never even been Charleston Josh,
who has system messages screaming. Let's do another.
That's pretty awesome. Let's go with this one.
I was ordering McDonald's for my niece and nephew the other day and started singing the McDonald's menu song. Do you guys remember that from, 80s or 90s?
Well, there were multiple ones, sir. There was the 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions,
the Big Mac.
Safeties. There's that one. Yeah. But there was another one. There's another one. Hold on, maybe he continues here.
I think they even gave away $1 million if you could.
They did, because my father and I... my dad was a McDonald's man. He didn't eat there a lot because, fast food.
Yeah.
When I was a child, fast food wasn't considered shit. It was just considered a variation of food that you would eat on occasion. And if you did something good...
And McDonald's was more of a restaurant when we were kids.
It was more of a restaurant.
Like,
you would go in and sit down at it wasn't fancy, but it was more of a restaurant.
And people didn't have the same perception of McDonald's that when we were a kid.
No.
Like, people are like, oh, McDonald's.
It was still considered fast food, but it wasn't like you were a piece of shit for eating there.
Yeah.
I feel like now you're a piece of shit if you eat there.
I feel like back in the late 80s, McDonald's had the reputation of Culver's now, if that makes sense. Like,
you know what? You're making a lot of sense to me today. We are on the same wavelength.
Culver's is technically fast food adjacent.
Wendy's used to be that. They're not that anymore. Wendy's used to have this. You lost it, Wendy's.
But McDonald's used to have way more of a Culver's than the reputation is now of just straight fast food junk.
McDonald's is also woven more into like sort of like the commercials hit more. They had these songs. They had the play place. You'd have your birthday party there.
Okay, I almost made a post on the BDM page asking people, because I wanted to make this a topic, and I'm so glad you brought it up.
I begged for this, dude. Do you know that my parents are dead, and do you know I never got this?
Never got a McDonald's?
Begged for it.
So
fucking begged for it.
I have not seen, personally, within the past years, anybody do their kids' birthday party at McDonald's.
Because it would be considered trashy. And that's bullshit, because I think it's just as fun as any other fucking birthday party.
Well, not today.
I've been to other kids' birthday parties. We go to RDV, and the shit sucks. None of the kids are doing anything.
But McDonald's,
take them to McDonald's. They might as well. It's the same shit.
Who does anybody do McDonald's birthday parties anymore?
No, but I would do it. I would do it because, not to sound like you, but I feel like the kids just want to play with their friends. You give them a fucking play place and a hamburger, and they're fine.
But people would look down on you if you did your kid's birthday party.
Andrew would never let me do it, number one. It would never happen. I would do it, though, dude. I begged for this as a kid because it was the most fun. The rich kids got it when I was a kid. You were rich. If your parents paid for everybody to come have hamburgers and fries and play on the playground, like that was what rich people did. You'd come over to my house and you'd maybe get a hot dog and a piece of cake, right? Or you could go to Penn. I've used this example before. His name was Penn. He was a friend of mine. His dad was rich, super duper rich. Or you could go to Penn's birthday party at the McDonald's on Woodland. I still remember the McDonald's on Woodland. It's a Moe's now. You would go into the McDonald's on Woodland. It was a big-ass open McDonald's. In the back, the whole thing's decorated for Penn's birthday. Everybody gets free hamburgers and fries. You get a fucking hat.
Happy Meal.
You get toys. I was like, what?
Ask ChatGPT how much for a current day McDonald's birthday party. Like, what
if they don't even do it? We may get the sad answer. What if they're like, they don't do that?
Yeah, they probably don't. Because think about it. You need, like, back, you used to have, like, the manager was there. Now it's nothing. Like, I mean, there's no way the employees at McDonald's can put your birthday party together, right? Like,
I don't think so, dude. It was organized. You had hats, and you get a cake. And, and then you'd get like all the stuff. You'd get like a soft serve ice cream.
You could pay extra for like Grimace to show up or something. Some character. I think, right? The Hamburglar.
Could get a character.
Like the Hamburglar could come.
Dude, they're done. This hurts my heart. Only certain locations will offer them now, and they have to be ones that have a play place. Most McDonald's are franchised, so you saw a lot of this. You saw a lot of owners. It says, okay, ChatGPT is telling me, short of the long, that from the 80s to the early 2000s, that franchisees started eliminating these. The typical party would include, we were right, 10 Happy Meals, party hats, complete decorations, goodie bags. That's it, Tom Van. He loves a goodie bag. Goodie bag. You'd get cake and ice cream, a small gift for every birthday kid, or a small gift for the birthday kid. So you'd normally get like a large stuffed animal or maybe something a little nicer.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you would get reserved time in the play place. At the end of the 1980s, what do you think it cost for 10 kids? A 10-kid party, everything that I just listed, you're getting 10 Happy Meals, party hats and decorations, goodie bags, cake and ice cream, a small gift for the birthday girl or boy, and you get a character, and you get an hour on the play place. You get all of that. What do you think you get? And this is 1989. Let's go 1987. What do you get?
$480.
Incorrect.
$380.
Incorrect.
Am I going the right way?
You're way high.
Oh.
You're going to be mad.
$205.
Yeah, way high. Well, $125 would get you all.
$125?
I just literally sign me the fuck up. Sign me the fuck up.
I can't even go to Publix.
No.
Like, I can't even pop in.
I can't have lunch. I can't have lunch at Cappy Subs for $125.
$125 you get a
10 kids.
10 kid birthday
prizes
party.
and decorations.
Everybody got...
And Grimace is dancing in the corner. Some black kid in the Grimace. He's like, I hate this shit. There's a black kid dancing his ass off in the Grimace cat. He doesn't like it, but he's doing it.
You get a cake and everybody eats and the
Soft serve ice cream, all the decorations, 10 fucking Happy Meals. What's in a Happy Meal? I'll tell you what's in a Happy Meal. Apple slices, a hamburger or a cheeseburger, French fries if you don't want apple slices, and a toy.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
That's insane.
This makes me angry, man.
Or the end of the 80s?
Yeah, this ended. They say most of this ended around the end of the 1990s, inching into the 2000s. They said, I can tell you also why McDonald's birthday parties basically disappeared.
35 years ago is quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
I did an old man, oh my God, things were cheap 35 years ago. No shit, old man.
It is weird to think, though, that it's villainized the way that it is now. I don't think wouldn't have been on my bingo card. Like, it didn't, and villainized, maybe that's a little harsh. If I told Maisie be cool with it because Maisie's fun and cool. If her friends found out about it and her friends' parents found out, especially around this part of town, that the Dennises are having their big birthday soiree at McDonald's, which would be fucking awesome.
Oh, my kids will love it. They love McDonald's.
I love McDonald's too.
They like, if we say
the best French fries in the world, man.
You can go anywhere you want. Where would you? They're like McDonald's because they like now the McFlurry. Oh, they love
McFlurry's slap.
They love McFlurries, and then Max.
Dude, I love regular hamburgers. You and I bonded over. I don't want a cheeseburger. Give me a regular hamburger with those little dehydrated onions on it. Good as fuck.
I mean, it's straight garbage.
It is
poison food, but my sons love it. And Max doesn't even get a meat. He just gets 2 pieces of bread and cheese. Nothing, no condiments.
Have you tasted their bread though? It's so soft.
It's not even that soft.
I like it. It's like shiny. I like the buns are shiny. I love a shiny ass bun.
Why is it shiny?
Oh my God, you can burn an ant with it like a magnifying glass. The bun is so fucking shiny.
It's like, is this plastic? What the fuck?
Might be. Maisie loves it too, though.
Yeah, they love it.
Maisie loves it too.
They would pick it anytime they want over
But
anything.
the parents... Okay, let me ask you this. Because we'll do another one, then we'll get out of here. Maisie's dance girls are in our lobby, and I walk out and I go, "Hey guys, I got a surprise for you. It's Maisie's birthday tomorrow. We're all going to McDonald's." Would they all cheer? Right?
Yes, yeah, the kids would.
If the parents are there, that's what skews it. So the parents have eliminated McDonald's because they have villainized it. I'll use that word. It's not healthy. It's not good. It's not good quality food. It's shitty.
Yeah.
So that's what we, as adults, eliminated it. It has nothing to do with the children choosing if it's a fun birthday party or not.
What?
Right? Or wrong?
Well, I think the business itself, the franchises, the fact that employees, they can't get any employees like that, like society kind of killed it. But yes, I think both are right. Because
they go through
it's too hard to be able to pull off. Because think about the employees don't care. They don't even. They're trying to eliminate the interactions with employees. Like, have you seen the new McDonald's? You just go in there and just hit. You order on a screen and then just give out the food. Like, you can't even talk to.
You want to know the 2 reasons, 1 and 2, that they give for why birthday parties died? Ronald McDonald. There was less Ronald.
Yeah.
Ronald was fueling kids to go there, and then the elimination of, and you can thank insurance, the elimination of the play place. They didn't want that. I mean, kids are falling out there, breaking their goddamn hands and shit.
Yeah, because eventually some screws come loose, and your employees aren't checking on them. And
ball pit's got shit in it. Oh, somebody shit in the ball pit again.
Yeah. Then they get some sort of, disease, and they're suing you crazy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right, you want to do one more?
Let's do one more.
Let's do this one right here.
Hey guys, this is Sean from Vegas. So the restaurant that I work for, because obviously the holidays are pretty busy, we don't get to do our holiday party until the end of this month in February. This month in February. And because it's Las Vegas, sometimes I may get a hooker. And so I was thinking maybe it would be funny if I brought one to the company party and just don't discuss it, don't acknowledge it. Since I'm going to do it anyway, I might as well, get some comedy out of it. I don't know. What do you think? Am I going to get myself fired for this? Because I do have a +1. Anyway, let me know what you think.
I think you're okay. I think if you're in Vegas and you're hired, I'm gonna give you a.
How
real
would they
answer.
know?
Yeah, they're not gonna know. And most of the girls, I would imagine, that are escorting in Vegas are pros. So she knows exactly. She's done this before.
Yeah.
You're hiring a hired gun to do exactly what you need. They'll never know.
Yeah.
Or they'll know and be like, good job.
Yeah, if you show up with the character that Dave Chappelle plays with the cokehead, I forgot his name, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the Dave Chappelle with the wig, the cokehead wig, he's
That's
all cracked out. And then it's like people will be like, oh, you could tell. Or in like the stereotypical like Halloween costume that a prostitute wears.
If she's dressed like Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman, that original pink outfit.
Yeah, with fishnets.
The hoops
Yeah. And then some over-the-top ridiculous hooker costume, then yes, people might start talking shit. But if she just shows up like a normal person, which all hookers are.
And she will.
Yeah, and then nobody will tell. It's just like, obviously, your date for the night. So that's, unless you tell everybody. But then, of course,
that's something I wish I'd done before I hitched my wagon to my wife and daughter.
The prostitution?
Had a prostitute.
I
probably shouldn't have admitted that.
No, I think every man has wanted to pay for sex.
And you regret when you don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course you do, because
I want to pay like $125, like a McDonald's birthday party. I mean, cheap.
Yeah.
With a lot of value. Like, how many Happy Meals do I get?
I think our buddy Logic Man Andy has told us about his high-priced prostitute stories, and he does this. I don't know if he does it anymore.
I don't think
he's
he
an older
does.
man
Yeah, I
now.
think he said he got out of that
in his
game.
younger years, he used to pay for high-priced prostitutes, and they were like, I think, and this was 10 years ago, like $800 for the night or something,
Well, but
now it's probably way more.
That's the real ones that'll give you the girlfriend experience.
Yeah. And he said it was delightful.
Because most of them won't kiss you. They don't like making out.
Unless you pay extra.
You got to pay extra for that.
Yeah, that's for that girlfriend experience or the hooker experience. There's lots of different experiences.
Yeah, it's weird when you can't kiss them. They're like, don't breathe on me and use a condom. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. This isn't the McDonald's I remember.
I like that. I'm like, why are you even talking to me? I thought this was you stay silent.
Don't look at my eyes. It's like being on the Ellen set.
Yeah.
Don't look in her eyes.
I think that's disgusting to most women to hear that. And ask your boyfriend or husband or partner if.
I like that you snuck.
And if they say no, they never even thought about hiring a prostitute. They're lying to you.
So, we believe here at Tom and Dan Industries that all men have wanted prostitutes, and all women they don't want them.
Some women do.
Is there one?
Yes.
One woman
no. I think there's because the juggalo is a job that they.
You mean the gigolo?
Oh, what?
You said a juggalo.
Oh, yeah.
He's a juggalo. And I was like, what's he talking about? Juggalo. Gigolo. It's funny that it is that close. There's gigolos and juggalos. The gigolos are male prostitutes and juggalos are fat slobs.
But no juggalo because no one wants a juggalo.
That's the name of the show is the Juggalo Gigolo.
Gigolo. Yeah. But that is a real job that women will hire male prostitutes. And it does happen. It's just rare.
What is the term?
It's more rare.
What is the term gigolo? And why did it become a... Do you remember
ChatGPT.
Do you remember the dance?
I remember...
The gigolo song? Gigolo song in high school. I put my hands up high, my feet down low, and that's the way we gigolo.
Okay.
Jig. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Jig. Oh, no. Jig. Oh, no. Is that bad? Is that racist? Am I saying something bad?
No, I don't think so. But I never know nowadays. What was the dickhead actor that played in the movie Gigolo? Adam Sandler's buddy. The short guy. Adam. You know I'm talking
Just
about.
a gigolo. Somebody saying, I ain't got no. I'm going trying to have ChatGPT find this for me, and they can't find it. I don't know who you're talking about. He's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's known, his reputation. He's a dickhead.
And he's whose friend?
Adam Sandler. He's been to the radio station before.
Oh, Rob Schneider.
Yeah, he was in the movie Gigolo.
The Gigolo.
Yeah.
And it was with... Wait, no, the other movie he was in called The Animal. He was in with a girl who won like Big Brother or like Survivor.
Yeah.
And they thought that was going to be... They were like, Rob Schneider and this woman who won Survivor are going to take over the box office. And they didn't. They didn't do it.
So we can't imagine a woman hiring a gigolo because it's something our wives would never do. My wife would be disgusted by that. She don't want that. You know what I'm saying? And your wife, too.
Yeah, my wife would be disgusted by it.
Yeah,
I guess I could see some women doing
but
it.
But I'm saying it happens.
Depends on the woman.
That goes to show you, like, the bias of, the Miami Friends syndrome. Like, just because you don't know any, for sure it happens. And, obviously it does. But I just can't, I can't imagine a woman wanting sex bad enough to pay for it, because it seems like you could get it just by going to the bar and picking out any dude there that's single.
Maybe
you could go home with them.
I guess
but it's a transactional thing.
Well, this is safer, I think, in their mind,
because they're professional.
Yeah,
and then you're just like, okay, he knows what he's there for.
Yeah,
and a lot of professionals, they take safety protocol seriously.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than just some stranger at a bar that who knows.
This is a good argument for my wife. I'm like, see why I went to a prostitute? They're professionals, safe, tested.
Now they have been used. I can see how they seem unsafe.
Well, so have public toilets, but we need to use them.
Yeah. In some instances, public toilets are cleaner than your remote control at home.
That is absolutely true.
Which I can't believe.
No spray, no lay. No spray, no lay.
All right. You know what? Let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
And we'll come back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Dr. Powers and his team at My Eternal Vitality, they've been advertising with us for a while now. And of course, everybody knows that they offer hormone replacement therapy, and it's the biologically the same hormones as the human body. So they use the best quality.
It's real testosterone.
Yeah, exactly. So whether you need testosterone or if you're a female, I know we talked to Colette. She's on hormone replacement therapy.
Andrea has done, going in there getting tested for perimenopause, premenopause, for not being able to regulate your temperature, irritability, just not feeling good, feeling sluggish.
Brain fog.
Yeah, and guys, this is for you too. It's not just the ladies, but, Andrea's had a lot of success going to Dr. Powers, testing her levels, and getting on something as simple as just a little lotion that she can use to adjust those levels back to where they should be, and you get relief.
Yes, yeah.
You fix the problem.
Yeah, a lot of people get scared of testosterone. They're like, I don't want my testosterone to be like those muscle men.
But you're not doing that.
Yeah, you're getting back to a normal, healthy level. Yeah. And that's the whole thing Dr. Powers wants to do, is get you to a healthy level so you feel better and your body's healthy. But also, Dr. Powers does lots of other things, and Daniel did this, gut health. Gut health is super important to your overall health, and the things you eat could be inflaming your gut, which also could cause a lot of problems that are similar to like low or off hormones, where you get the same brain fog and like the tons of cortisol levels, like inflammation in your gut, and you could be eating things you're allergic to that you think are healthy, but your body, because your biology is allergic to them.
They're just slightly irritating you forever.
And he offers a test for that.
I took it. It's super duper easy. It's a very simple blood test that you can do with Dr. Powers and his team. And a lot of these tests, some of them even, the other one that I did, there was a fecal test. You just do it at home on your own time.
Yes, yeah.
So easy to do.
And that's the thing.
So easy.
There's a blood test and a poo-poo test, but the poo-poo test you do, I can do that at home. Like, I get embarrassed, but it's at home, and then but it's part of it because it gives Dr. Powers an accurate view of what is causing inflammation in your stomach.
It was so detailed. Like, I have a detailed printout of everything that could be slightly irritating the histamine levels within my body, namely like dairy and eggs. I didn't even know that. One of the main things, like when we went through everything, the two things that are literally frying my stomach right now, and I have never known this. Thank you, Dr. Powers. Canola oil, which is in everything. I've eliminated that. I've started looking for stuff that doesn't have that. And eggs. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
How
know.
would you know?
Without a test, you're not going to know. And that's where Dr. Powers and his team, shout out to Rebecca and everybody there. They do such a good job. If you're questioning how you feel and you want to feel better, why not just talk to him? Just talk to him.
And I've talked to Dr. Powers about this. The celebrities and rich people have been doing this for decades. Like, they have personal doctors that are testing for all this stuff, like balancing their hormones and stuff. And now all of us
can do it.
At
home.
It's not that expensive.
True.
And Dr. Powers can go over all of this with you. And it's free just to talk to him. Like, the test costs money, but
And I'll add this on, too.
you can just talk to him.
Since it is Tom and Dan and we don't do conventional ads, I'm just going to add this on there. He's a nice guy.
He is a
you
nice
will
guy, yeah.
You will like talking to him. I'm going to set you up for success. I'm not going to hoodwink you. I'm like, if you're going to sit down and have a Zoom call with him, or if you're going to go see him at his practice, he's a nice man. You're sitting down with somebody that we have done this.
Yeah.
We've done this process and talked to him before.
He's also a listener, so you know that it's like, all right,
Makes it easier.
Dr. Powers knows us, knows Tom and Dan. We've been listening to the show,
Yep.
and so you can talk to him openly. It's myeternalvitality.com. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Tom.
I am Dan.
So, let's get to it.
Let's get to getting. Hey, were you a fan of, back in the day, because I'm trying to remember when the first one of these came out. I'll probably have to look it up. Were you a fan of the Bad Boy movies with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence?
Oh, yeah. Now, the original one, I watched
That
in the 90s.
Was that the one where the bodies go on the overpass? Because that has an Orlando connection, right? Or a Miami connection or something?
Yeah, they were filmed in Miami.
Okay, Bad Boys 1, 1995. Bad Boys 2 was 2003. Bad Boys for Life was 2020. And then Bad Boys, Ride or Die, 2024. I've only seen the first one. That's the only one I've seen.
When I was watching it as a kid in the 90s, I was like, I want to be a cop with a black wife beater and long shorts.
I know. It was a good look.
And with my badge around my neck like a necklace.
Yeah. He's a casual cop. I wanted to be a casual cop, too.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of the Eddie Murphy style cop kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
But this was I remember the first one was great. I remember my dad loved it. I'm 1 year out of high school, so, I'm in college watching it with my dad, probably coming back from Flagler College to watch that on old VHS with Pops.
In retrospect, imagine how crazy that set was with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Super megastars.
Yeah, but also they are kind of nutty, especially Will Smith we see now. But even Martin Lawrence went through mental breakdown around that time.
Was it because of his immense popularity? Is that what broke Martin Lawrence? Or have we ever gotten to the bottom of that?
We've always joked around about on the show about how he was at one point.
He got naked, right?
Got naked and was rambling and going crazy down the streets
you
like
would
Coney.
Think more people would remind him of that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, remember when you got naked and went crazy in the streets?
Because it's a reaction that most of us have never gotten to. And which we relate to people with mental illness, and we've never seen a sane person,
mental people
have a breakdown like that.
Mental people hate clothing; it feels restricting on their body, and they can't go full crazy unless they rip all their clothing off. So I have a little bit of this in me. The number of times during this show that I want to just rip all my clothing off so I can feel my true thoughts. It's a lot.
So we only hear about celebrities having mental breakdowns or hospitalized because of doing too much work. Is there something it is that they always try to hide it with publicists and stuff. But have you ever had known someone that in your life that had just a mental breakdown episode and then did something totally shocking that you're like, whoa, and then they claim, I'm sorry, I just had I had a mental breakdown at this point, but everything's back to normal now. It was just too much stress, too much whatever. And then I've never seen it in my bubble in my life.
What about when I had to take a moment in here and I'm like, I gotta get out of here, and I'll walk out because is that considered
no,
not on the same?
That's a normal. I think
that's just normal. I need to take myself out of this and get a breath.
No,
get some air.
Everybody has something like that, but to get nude and to go down the street. And I think he was...
I don't know if he got nude. It says here, in May of 1996, Lawrence was reportedly running in traffic on Ventura Boulevard in Los Angeles. Witnesses and police say he was carrying a handgun and shouting that people were trying to kill him. Some reports say he was partially clothed. Police detained him and he was taken to a hospital for a psychiatric evaluation. This happened about a year after the first Bad Boys movie. At the time, he was one of the biggest comedians on TV because his sitcom Martin was going very strong. Most people attribute this to exhaustion, stress, and possible substance abuse. Why don't we put substance abuse first? Because there's a lot of people that are working really hard in Hollywood. In fact, I'll open that. There's a lot of people working really hard in Orlando.
Yes,
there's
everywhere.
a plumber right now in this city.
Everybody's exhausted.
At Modern PI. There's a plumber on Modern PI.
Everybody.
Who's been working on the same house all week. And this one's tough. And he's really trying to do a good job for these people. And he is at his wit's end. He is freaking out.
Well, everybody I know is tired and stressed out.
Correct.
Okay, it's like.
So what do you do when you're tired and stressed out? You take drugs.
Yeah, but yeah, like
because it makes it better.
So this was some sort of psychosis on drugs.
But nobody wants to say that. I'll say it. This was not exhaustion. This is Martin Lawrence. He knows what he's getting into.
Yeah,
he's a big-time movie star and actor.
So
he took drugs, and he had a drug episode, and we have now...
Yeah.
Does this secretly make drugs not as bad when we do stuff like this? Should we have just said, this guy's on drugs? And would that make drugs more... is that more real? Should we just call it what it is? You were on drugs.
Yeah.
This is not exhaustion. This is not a psychiatric. You're not having it. Yeah, you're having a psychiatric moment because of the drugs.
Yeah.
If you take no drugs, you're fine. You don't run through traffic with a gun thinking people are killing you.
Yeah. This is extreme paranoia on some sort of cocaine or
He was also
amphetamine.
hospitalized again in 1999 after collapsing from heat exhaustion while jogging in heavy clothing. That raised more concern. Maybe he's trying to lose weight for a role or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's always been a heavier guy.
Yeah.
A little more normal. I'm not going to diss him. He's a normal shaped black man.
Yes. Yeah.
Not a buff black man.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the Martin's charm of why we all loved him. He's just an everyman, right?
Yeah.
The Martin show was top tier.
Yeah. He's got a body like Tracy Morgan. If that makes sense.
Very similar.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that body,
which is normal.
And that body is more prone to having a drug episode in the streets.
Yeah, you get running with garbage bags on you.
And we forgot a lot of these. Martin did one. Coney did one. Nobody remembers Coney. I say Coney. You don't know who Coney is.
Yeah, no, I remember it's some sort of political activist in Africa.
He was trying to do some good.
He was doing political activism
to try to overthrow Coney.
Yeah, to overthrow Coney, but he was a white dude in San Francisco, right? And then he the marketing campaign made him
stressed him out so bad, and he took some drugs. Maybe. Allegedly, he took some drugs, and it put him into the exhaustion.
The stress has nothing to do with it. It's all drugs.
That is what I'm starting to think.
Yeah. Everything's drugs.
Yeah, because I've had friends that are even, look, we work as radio. We've worked in the radio and or podcast and or entertainment music vein for a very long time, and I have friends that are drug addicts. And the ones that have mental episodes took drugs.
Yeah. It was never just the stress and exhaustion. So what happened with the Bad Boys, and what was the original story?
What I wanted to tell you, which is so weird, is did you know that movie originally was not going to have anything to do with Will Smith and anything to do with Martin Lawrence? I wish that I could do a bet with you to see how long it would take you to guess who the original comedians who were going to be Bad Boys were. Because it is so ridiculous and so the exact opposite of Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. It is so crazy that I read that.
Were they white?
They're white.
Okay, all right.
Off to a good start. You're good at these
90s.
Things. You're off to a good start. You're off to a great start. Okay, you have to put yourself, and the listeners can play at home. Before we go further, you got to think Bad Boys, and you got to think 90s, and you got to think 90s SNL, and you got to go 90s SNL hot as a match. You got to, and it's hard. This one's hard, and they're going to be buddies in this movie.
Okay.
And don't go too far. Don't go into the 70s. Don't dip your toe into Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd. That's not what I'm looking for.
So
the chat room. Do you want any of their guesses? They're wrong, but do you want their guesses?
I thought of one that would have actually, I think, worked.
Okay.
Like if a Will Ferrell was a part of it.
Okay,
because
that's excellent.
The comedy, like if he was Martin Lawrence.
Are you a Will Ferrell fan? Because he is hit or miss with a lot of people, but I love him. I think in a in a comedic role,
he's a genius.
as a character, I think there are none better.
And it'd be hard to argue that Will Ferrell isn't a comedic genius.
One of our best.
And one of the best comedic artists of our generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were just...
He's not for everybody, but like, look,
you
look
have
at
to
his
put
hits.
him in the top 10.
Look at his hits.
You know, so, I mean, I guess top 20.
The chat room is... I mean, they're throwing out so many good guesses, but they're all wrong.
And then
these were one of these comedians. I'll even take you down the road a little further. One of these comedians has been on this show. And he was going to be one of the original sidekicks. In fact, he's the one that signed on and was like, yo, I'm in this. This is great. He was like, yo, this is going to be it.
Okay. And this
is going to be it.
I'm trying to think of 90s white guy comedian that's been on the show. Bob Saget?
No, but you're so close, dude.
Dave Coulier?
Same age. Oh, my God. You're kissing all around at pictures in our bathroom. Brought his dog in here.
John Lovitz?
The original Bad Boys movie was going to be the lead Dana Carvey with sidekick John Lovitz. Look it up. Look it up. That was going to be the original Bad Boys.
Carvey and John Lovitz?
Yeah, as buddy cop movie, that was going to be the original Bad Boys movie. It was going to be Dana Carvey with John Lovitz.
Been different.
Lovitz signed on. Lovitz was like, in fact, to this day, I forget the director of Bad Boys. He's famous. Somebody in the chat room will tell me who the director.
Yeah.
Lovitz to this day will see the director and be like, give me another shot. Come on. And the guy's like, you said no. And he's like, I did not say no. I said yes, but it all fell apart. The whole thing fell apart, and then when they because these ideas may be on shelves for 30, 40, 50, who knows, right?
Yeah.
And then when they unearthed it, they're like, let's put 2 black comedians in, and they went with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Martin was the comedy, and Will's the heavy hitter actor, right?
Yeah.
And it crushed.
Yeah.
It was the better idea. Yeah. It was the better idea.
Yeah.
But just goes to show you.
Dana Carvey and John Lovitz.
Oh, I would not want to watch that. I like both those guys as comedians. Lovitz was a sweetheart when we met him. But if you think for a second that the Dana Carvey, John Lovitz Bad Boys would hold a candle to the original Bad Boys is sort of considered a comedy action masterpiece, no different than a Lethal Weapon. I'd put it in the same vein as Lethal Weapon.
Here's the thing. In 10 years, AI will be able to make this movie.
Oh, it's Michael Bay. It's
yeah.
And Lovitz will see Michael Bay, and Michael Bay is like, nope, you had your chance. He's like, you had your chance.
Like,
you blew it.
In 10 years, we'll be able to be like a remake Bad Boys with John Lovitz and Dana Carvey, and AI will make it, and then you'll be able to watch it and be like, no, it's not good. But you'll be able to at least get the gist of it, you know? The script had to have been totally different, right? I mean, John Lovitz is not doing any action.
Well, here's the part that Lovitz really hated when from the article I was reading, and it's only from Lovitz's perspective, really, the article I was reading.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about this is that Lovitz's beef with Michael Bay is that when they originally read the script, it was a terrible script. Everyone agreed that this is not good.
Yeah.
But they knew it was going to be because it's Michael Bay, and they were like, "Oh, it can work."
Yeah.
So they shelved it for a little while. They couldn't work out the details with scheduling conflicts with Dana and with John Lovitz. So by the time they rebooted it with 2 black actors. But when they rebooted it, they knew the script was bad, so they let the actors improv.
Yeah.
And Lovitz was always like, well, we could have improv'd it. And Michael's like, no, you had your chance.
Yeah.
Like, no. We did it with them. It worked. They were allowed to improv, and that's what saved it. Supposedly, the only thing that saved that movie was great casting, number 1. And number 2, they did allow Martin and Will to be Martin and Will.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing that saved that movie. And then you're off to the sequels.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that saved it.
It's interesting, and I wonder if this works this way with most artists, and it makes sense that it does, is like you could take a terrible script and then add good actors and a good director, and it could be a decent movie.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? And then like the same thing with like you could take a terrible song and then a really talented artist, and they'll make it good.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even though like the song itself is terrible, like they'll make it good because that's what they do. And like good artists,
they're performers.
Yeah.
And we're underestimating the performance. It's one thing to have the script is the script, But that's not the performance.
Yeah.
The performance is a whole different animal.
Yeah.
You know, and it just so happens that the two guys that they hire, it's all logged. This is a big,
it is logged up.
This whole thing is just a big segment of me talking to Tom about, like, look at this dice roll. Because that's a crazy one. But apparently it still bothers John Lovitz because it could have been one of the larger vehicles ever that he would have been attached to, which I think is awesome. Remember when John Lovitz came in here, and a lot of you guys don't know this, but John Lovitz is instrumental on our show in getting me to care a little bit less about our studio. Because he brought his dog in unannounced, and a lot of celebrities, when you get to a certain level, I think that's just what you do. I'm not dissing him for doing this. It's just, I think when you do get to a certain level of fame, you get a little dog and you take the little dog wherever you go, and you don't ask to take the little dog. You just bring him along.
Yeah.
And you know, I love little dogs. And this little guy was super cute, and he liked me, and he gave me kisses and everything, but he put pounds of dog hair on our couch. Pounds. Gallons of dog hair on our couch.
He was one of the first guests that came in our studio a decade ago, but everything was brand new.
Yeah.
So it was like when you brought the dog in there, you're like, oh.
But it needed to happen, right? It needed to happen.
It's like dinging your car, a brand new car. You know, you like get the first ding out of the way.
You got to get it done. And another thing that I remember about John Lovitz and us talking to him, and you can find all of this at tomanddan.com. If you're a BDM, you have access to all of these, remember when episodes. Another thing I remember about him is that when we were sort of done with him, we were like kind of beckoning him out because we didn't want to waste his time. But he was like, is that all I get? You know, he was one of those old timers. And a lot of these old timers, once you get them in for an interview, you better strap in and do an interview. Because if you only give them 12 minutes or 18 minutes or something like that, then they're like, well, what the hell? They're old school.
Yes. Well, we did a full 45 to an hour, and then he was like, and then we did another half an hour. Like he was here for
a very long time,
an hour and 20-minute interview.
And he wasn't giving us tons of energy either, but he was just in it to win it.
Yeah. Once he sat down, he's like, we're eating. Yeah. Let's start do an hour. It's weird because most people now, they want to be in and out, which the day and age of the celebrity interview and them making the rounds, I guess it still happens. It's just who the hell chooses what show to go on. I guess you could do this micro demographic now where it's like instead of doing these broad shows, but I guess regional shows are still a thing, so it'll happen for a while, and like you got to promote yourself, but it's less now than ever.
Yeah, I mean, especially for this sort of stuff. I mean, you don't even see really with big movies. I don't know if you've noticed this, so I've started to see bigger actors. It's got to be a major motion picture. I bet Crespo could speak on this pretty well. But like even big movies that have big stars in them, they won't even do any press.
Yeah, I saw. You know what's interesting? I saw Knoxville. All of a sudden you see him.
He's getting a lot of heat right now because Fear Factor's animal activists are not happy with that show.
Oh, no, really?
Did you hear the hubbub on that?
No.
Man, I'm in entertainment land today. So if you want to ask me, call me Danny Hollywood because I got all the. They do all the. You lay the rats and you lay the snakes on people while they're in the boxes.
Yeah.
Apparently, they drop some big bag of snakes and all the people have to walk through an area and there's snakes on the ground, and as the people are walking, they're just stomping all of these snakes, which snake people are like, yo, that's the worst thing you can do for a snake is stomp its spine. It's basically just a spine.
Yeah.
It's just a wiggly
you're
spine.
You're squishing snakes.
And you're squishing, you're killing, you're not even, killing them would be more beneficial to them. You're actually just hurting them to the point where we have to kill them. You're stomping the spine snakes. And you're hurting. So everybody online, we can't watch it, yada, yada, this sort of thing. Not everybody online, just a select group of people.
Yeah.
But that's the new hubbub on Fear Factor.
Yeah, it does make sense. It's like, especially when you're with that big of a production, it's like, do some. It's destined to fail, though, right? Like, do you know anybody like, hey, I'm turning on Johnny Knoxville's Fear Factor? Like, you may see
only
clips,
for the animal abuse, only to bitch about it. Honestly.
Yeah. You may see clips on social media, but is anybody going to whatever the hell streaming service is on, Peacock? I don't even know what the hell
no
it
one
is.
knows anymore.
Yeah, but you just go and you're like, I'm going to watch Fear Factor with Johnny Knoxville. It's like, But I did see him do a bunch of media, like he pops up on Rogan
he's
and
everywhere.
and like obviously promoting Fear Factor. But it's like it's crazy how much money some of these companies will put into something like this. Where I feel like I wish we could have bet on if Fear Factor was going to be a success or not. Because who's betting on it being a success?
Is that on Kalshi? That
No.
may be on, they don't put. You can't predict if shows will be hits or not.
You could predict ratings. They do ratings.
God, they got the war on there now. You can like how many boats will the U.S. blow up of Iran's on there? I'm like, I feel a little weird betting on that, but okay, this is where we're at.
Well,
now?
I can't get any information. Like how like it's just random over under like over the over war. I don't know.
I would bet that any show though that is tied to a major network right now would fail. I mean, the new Marshall show, that's the Taylor Sheridan show that's connected to Yellowstone and all of that. Not to go full entertainment now, but did you see Marshall's came out, and they're saying that show, just when you thought Yellowstone's dialogue could get worse, it did. They're saying that Marshall's is the absolute worst piece of television you've ever seen.
But there are a lot of people just at home sitting there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, tons of Americans all around. They got no kids.
Dude, could you name the number one show in the world right now if you had to?
I have no idea. I have no clue what. And then based on what? Like download streams? Like I don't even know how to quantify that. Like the most popular.
Should you say based on ratings? Is that even a thing anymore?
Dude, the rating system is so.
Well, we've known that for decades.
Yeah. Because like. Okay, most people like. I know no one cares, but
they're saying Bluey. Bluey is the number one show. That is the show watched the most in America right now. 45 plus billion minutes watched in 2025. So that is your number one streaming show. Would be the
that
show
makes sense.
Bluey. Now I would contend in that argument you need to put an asterisk because I don't think that's all active viewing. I need eyes on screen. I don't need it just in background while kid gets his diaper changed. That doesn't count.
Yeah, because most parents are turning on Bluey just to distract their kid so they give themselves a second. You know what I'm saying? And they just put it over and over and over because a toddler will just watch the same episode. So of course they're watching it 15 times a week. So think about all the parents putting on Bluey 15 times a week.
You'll never get this answer. You'll never get this. And I just confirmed this.
Okay.
The number one show, currently the number one non-sports show on broadcast television by average viewers is on CBS. And it is the show with the guy that was in This Is Us. He played like the good-looking brother. And Justin Hartley, I think is his name. He plays Colton Shaw in the show, the hit show, Tracker. You ever heard of Tracker?
I've seen some commercial.
That's the most generic name for a Tracker.
Yeah.
The name of the show is Tracker.
Yeah.
The name of the show is Sheriff. It's Sheriff.
Again, there's a lot of people just sitting in their house watching Tracker.
But are they watching it? I don't think you can claim that. You can claim the TV's on and it's coming through.
Yeah. And even how they do ratings is absurdly ridiculous. Like with Nielsen and like how many boxes are even out there and then how they are like they extrapolate like, okay, this one box equals 10,000 average Americans. And then it's like, I don't.
C.D. Sarah's mom loves Tracker, by the way.
Yeah. So
would she be willing to call in and tell us why she likes Tracker? Is it the good-looking heroine or hero? Is it him?
There's a lot of older people that are in their house. Them almost all like 99% of the day, they may take their trash out and they go back to the house and like they sit and watch TV. Like there's some people like this in my neighborhood and stuff, and there's just like. They're just waiting it out, watching TV.
Just watching TV to die?
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
But that's all they could do. Like they haven't, they're on a fixed income. They can't move around that much anymore. Can't drive. They're tired as hell. And it's like, they're being kept alive with drugs, and like modern technology and healthcare system. Like, even though our healthcare is bad, it's like, it'll keep you alive, get you your medications, we'll sell them, and they're just spending their money on medications, and it's just like, and they're just sitting there watching TV.
Yeah,
it's a lot of that, dude.
Tracker, that is confirmed as the number one show, the top 10, and this is streaming. So, I mean, feel free, if you think this is wrong, you can send me updated info and tell me I'm wrong. It's fine. Number 1 is Bluey. Number 2, Grey's Anatomy. Number 3, Stranger Things. Number 4, NCIS. 5 is SpongeBob SquarePants. It's on all the time, so that sort of makes sense. 6 is Bob's Burgers. Again, on all the time. Family Guy's number 7. The Big Bang Theory, number 8. Number 9, Law and Order Special Victims. And number 10, Criminal Minds.
Yeah, and that's network.
That is all network. Yeah.
And then how are they even quantifying this and like all this stuff? It's based on ratings, but we know that the rating system is so flawed.
Well, it has been.
It's almost absurd. Because now with everything that has, like, we're all used to watching YouTube and there's a number underneath it, or like, some sports or even the Olympics or certain things, like things that are viral are seen more than any of these shows. So it's kind of like what's consumed on the internet in micro bits is what we're all consuming.
Yeah.
And like these shows and long form stuff, it's like only a certain segment of society is watching this for, what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And it's, and that society that is not scrolling and consuming micro entertainment is watching these, NCIS, and then like just waiting to die.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
It's very sad.
What else are you supposed to do though? Because that's what's in your house, and I guess like our generation will just be that version of scrolling on the internet, waiting to die.
Will there be classic scrolling? I've thought about this.
Yes, yeah.
Right now, scrolling is for new stuff. You scroll for news for the war in Iran. You scroll for, what's going on with the Winter Olympics? Oh, what's happening with my favorite sports team? You scroll.
In micro bursts.
But will you be scrolling classics? Will there be like stream classics? Will you be going through and be like, because old people love nostalgia. Will we be going through and being like, Charlie bit my finger. It's 50 years old now. Yay! Like, will we be celebrating streaming history or today in streaming? Or today in the World Wide Web?
Here's the thing. Your algorithm will be formed over the next 40 years, and, then we'll all be elderly and, consume, you get to a point where you can't do much. So you're just like, you're sitting there, you're going to entertain me.
Yeah.
So then, but we'll be scrolling. It'll be a micro entertainment.
This ties into something that I saw this morning while I was eating my, Andrea bought me this new fake cereal I'm supposed to eat because I'm adjusting the food histamine levels in my body. So I am eliminating certain things that could quite possibly inflame my stomach lining, right?
Okay.
So I'm eliminating a lot of like ultra processed foods and stuff, all dairy, all eggs. So I'm eating this cereal called Catalina Crunch and putting some like oat milk on it. It's trash. But as I was eating that, I watched this video. Have you seen the video that's going around right now where David Bowie's predicting what's going to happen with the internet from 1997?
No.
It's pretty interesting. Here, watch this. This is David Bowie. It's only 28 seconds long. This is David Bowie talking about what he thinks is going to happen with the internet here. Let me turn this up so you can hear it here. Hold on. I'm not a good
the potential
okay,
of I don't think we've even seen the tip of the iceberg. I think the potential of what the internet is going to do to society, both good and bad, is unimaginable. I think we're actually on the cusp of something exhilarating and terrifying.
It's just a tool, though, isn't it?
No, it's an alien life form.
What do you think? I mean, when you think then about
is there life on Mars? Yes, it's just landed here.
Yeah, he was always
I don't think we've
a big proponent of that this thing's going to spiral way wider than we ever thought.
Yeah, he saw it. Like he saw the reality of
genius.
like, what happens when you give everybody everything in their pocket. And every piece of information that was ever created by man and all history.
It changes all values. It changes all values.
And then unlimited entertainment to choose from, anything you want. It's it's crazy to think about when we grew up, and then now we're living in it, and of course. I'm sure a lot of people thought the same thing David Bowie did. It's just he's on an interview and someone's asking him about it, and then someone's like, "Oh, he predicted it."
Yeah.
There's these things now where it's like this Blockbuster employee kid predicted the future of streaming. And it's like, well, of course, like a lot of people
have been screaming into the sky for years.
Well,
some will be right.
Well, yeah, exactly. And then also, as streaming first started to happen, a lot of us looked at it and they're like, oh, yeah, this will be the future. Everybody will get, but it was inconceivable for us to think about like us being able to get movies and then hit one button and then have them instantly because the technology hadn't been invented. So it was like so far from reality, it was hard to see. And people are like, no way. But it's like, but when the start of it, you're like, oh, this will all go this way.
Yeah.
It's just knowing we didn't understand how the infrastructure would be built. But even with like cell phones and like you saw with cell phone towers, remember like there was a time where like, I'm not in the area. We're not going to be like streaming won't be a thing because there's not enough people don't have the right plans to be able to download that much information or 5G it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because the infrastructure wasn't built.
It
so
wasn't
it's like,
there yet.
We're not going to be able to do this. And then we didn't know how fast they were going to be able to build it because all the companies were like, now, like, put them up, put up the, as fast as possible. And now we're at a point where we can just be driving down the street in, essentially the middle of nowhere and stream a movie, which was insane to think about 20 years ago.
I mean, sometimes you can stream movies that haven't even been released because that movie's been stolen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's crazy too.
Like, it's funny, like even when you rent a camper, right? Like, and then inside the RV, the travel trailer, and this, you grew up.
I was an RV boy.
RV boy. The TV.
Grade A Florida trash RV boy.
Like, the TV was still a focal point where you walked in, you're like, oh, it's got a TV in here.
Excuse me, sir. My father had a TV VCR, sir.
Yeah. And then even now, like the new ones that I rent from Giant Recreation World, they put a TV in every bunk and like the bedroom.
Yeah.
Like
it's a selling point of connectivity.
Yeah. But now it's completely useless because there's TVs everywhere, and then we're all looking at our phones.
Yeah.
The whole family. Because
you're living in the phone, not on the outside of the phone.
Yeah. Like, why would to hook my phone up to this TV is one extra step. I just look at my phone or the iPad or whatever. It's like we're all walking around with TVs. Yeah.
I'm with you.
This is pointless. We have a TV in our lobby that we haven't turned on in years.
2 years. Hasn't been turned on in 2 years.
And then almost it's completely valueless. Like, I guess someone would take it, obviously, if you put it up for free.
I don't know if anybody would. Well, they'll take it. People will take everything.
Yeah, but it's like...
they don't need it.
It's not even like, but I still feel the value of it. I'm like, this TV no one's using. What
is that you? Is that because you're older?
Yes, It's just nostalgia. Because the TV still have value. But to my sons... the TVs do not have the value.
Like SJ is saying, and SJ is basically our hillbilly IT guy that we love who comes and fixes a lot of things around here, jack of all trades. He says that he thinks that in less than 10 years, physical TVs will be a thing of the past. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like having...
there'll still be things, but I don't think... like purchasing one now, like I always had this dream, even with Maisie, even with you, we always had this joke about like, I need the big hundo. I need the big one hundo.
Yeah.
But that dream's kind of been, I don't know.
I said,
like it's not even that big of a deal anymore.
But I like watching sports on a big TV, and then watching a movie on a giant screen is that stand the test of time, right?
Sure.
It's like you're in a room, a giant screen is more immersive, But I guess the physical TV, it's like technology gets to the point where it's so cheap that you're broadcasting it from your personal phone anyway, or like. I don't know.
Can I complain about streaming for a second?
Yeah,
because you've always been an early adopter in streaming. I'm old man cable. Here's why I don't like streaming. I pay for YouTube TV. I was forced to because my wife we switched everything to this new internet thing. We weren't going to have Spectrum anymore. So I had to give up, I called it a TiVo. It was a DVR. We had to give that up. And
my God, when was this?
It's like maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, all right.
And I hate it. And here's why I hate YouTube TV and all streaming services. I pay for YouTube TV, and I pay for the 4K upgrade because I have a 4K TV. But for some reason, YouTube TV can never deliver any sport, none of them, that they claim is going to be in 4K. None of them are delivered to me in 4K, ever. They deliver it to me sometimes in just SD, standard definition, not even 1080p.
All right.
And there's no human to talk to about it. You're trapped. All you dumb streamers, see, because you went this way and this is what you guys wanted, we are now at the mercy of the stream bots. There's no human to talk to. I pay for 4K. Can't even turn that off. Can't even turn off paying for 4K. Sorry. There's no human involved. You get what you get. Don't complain. There's no one to complain to. I hate it.
Yeah,
it's not as consistent. The picture quality is not as good. And I realize I sound like an old man that used to have an analog cell phone talking about how clear the audio sounds. But it's definitively better. So don't lie to me and say it's the same. It's not. It's not the same. And stop stealing my money. If you're not going to make it 4K, then shut the whole thing down.
Oh, that's real bad. Oh, you're stealing my money and my things.
Why can't they get it right? Streaming is not right. Fix that first. And then we'll get self-driving cars and go to the Mars and everything. But just get 4K streaming correct. Can we get that right? Where when I turn it on and you say I'm going to get 4K streaming, when I turn it on and slide my slider over to 4K, it doesn't just default to SD, standard definition. Stop it.
It's funny. I can't even tell the difference of what's 4K and what's it.
It drives me crazy. I can walk into a room immediately if it's on football. I'll be like, why is that on standard definition? The girls can't tell either. They're like, well, I'm like, put it on HD. This is what we. I miscursed. It's what we effing pay for.
We can curse on the show.
Sorry. I'm all in. I'm in 50 different directions. But yeah, it's like this is what I fucking pay for. I pay a lot of money for 4K.
Let's do a voicemail or two.
I got a good one selected for you. Going along with our entertainment report, this one has to do with fake bee-holes. I think you'll get what's happening.
This is Dan in Palm Bay again. You asked for more emails and calls. Here you go. What do you guys think about Amanda Seyfried wearing a prosthetic butthole in her new movie? Look it up. Talk amongst yourselves. BDM for life.
Well, here's the thing.
There's obviously a reason she's wearing a fake beehole.
Yeah. She doesn't want to show her real beehole.
Thank you.
So that's the reason.
This guy's a thinker.
So, and this happens a lot where there is an actor that has to get like full frontal or whatever, and they'll just use a stunt actor or actress's
sometimes a prosthetic
even over their real one, just so they I guess what's the point of showing your real one if the fake one looks just as good and the point gets across?
I can tell the difference, though, if it's a prosthetic or if it's real. Because I've always thought about that. It's kind of like when you see people that are wearing, Saturday Night Live does this a lot, where you'll have someone that'll put on a bald cap and then they put on a wig. Your head looks too big. So I can look at your butt, and just by the padding on your butt, I can tell whether you got a fake beehole or not, because you've padded it.
So this is they showed the actual butthole in a movie.
The movie is a historical drama called The Testament of Anne Lee. She revealed in a BBC radio interview that she wore a prosthetic anus during filming for a nude scene in the movie. The prosthetic, though, does not appear on screen in the final film. It was essentially a special effects makeup piece used just in case the shot required more explicit framing. So it's just a precaution. So it's just a fake beehole over the real beehole to cover, but they didn't even use it because I guess they didn't get that graphic.
And then also it's probably because when you're filming these movies...
she's doing a pregnancy scene because I know everybody's like, oh, was it a sex scene? No. Imagine woman.
Yeah, her legs are spread, and then it's probably...
having a baby.
And also for her own peace of mind, because you have...
I do it for Maisie.
A camera crew, you have a director, there's people in the room.
Yeah.
Like, I know they try to, usually with, sex scenes and, nudity scenes, they try to, get every non-essential personnel out of just to make the actor...
Catering, get out of here.
Yeah, feel more comfortable. But there's still lots of people in a room, and then you're like, well, they're not going to show my butthole anyway, so I might as well put an eye patch over it.
Right.
Although
I would watch the movie more, though, if you said, Amanda has an eye patch on her butthole. I'd be like, all right, I'll watch that.
And you got to make it look like a real butthole in case, like, some form of the shot, it's around it. You know, it can't be a piece of cloth because then they're like, what is that? It can, I don't know.
Why not digital beehole?
I don't know.
A lot easier. Okay, I can make an argument, not to sound like Tom, but I can make an argument where digital beehole way cheaper than having the guy go and carve one by hand. If you got to have your props guy go into his papier-mâché box and start mixing different polymers to form a bee, you've lost your way. Yeah. Digital beehole. Just get in there. You get your paint tool. You make
could only be a couple frames anyway.
You make a balloon knot, you move on.
Yeah.
1 day's work. Not even a day's work.
Yeah, it's way easier.
4 hours work. This was a made-up story that she was fed to feed the BBC when she did interviews in England for the movie. This is all
just
fake.
Have talking points.
This is fake.
Yeah.
We talked it out. Everything is fake.
Every story, it's all like even the McDonald's and
CEO
and the CEO.
I have that video if you want to watch it.
I've seen multiple videos on TikTok claiming that they believe that they did this all on purpose so that it can go viral and then get a bunch of free marketing. And
it did.
And it did. And it's
billions of dollars of free marketing.
And I've been thinking about this more and more because there's so much gigantic money in these mega corporations where the amount of higher end personnel that are working on some of these things are way more than we even comprehend, I think. Where you've got
You're saying people in control. More people in control than we think?
Well, it's just okay, McDonald's and their marketing agency that they use it's a $100 million business or something. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever, McDonald's a $1 billion corporation, and the marketing agency is a $1 billion corporation that they work with, right? And some of these people in charge of the McDonald's account are making tens of millions of dollars, right? The higher ups in that, and then you got teams of probably really smart, high paid people and lawyers.
Wyden and Kennedy is the creative agency you'd be looking for, and they've been working with McDonald's since 2021. They were the ad campaign. The reason they're back with them is they were the original 2003 I'm Loving It guys.
Okay, yeah, that's...
So they're tested. They're proven.
So a lot of times we see, and man, it's all manipulation and all marketing. I think so much of everything is, and it's almost to the point where it's easier now than ever because of the internet, and all these companies know. So then they're like, what do we do? They're like, and I truly believe because I don't think this happens by accident. That CEO is, how much is that CEO worth? How much does he get paid a year?
The CEO of McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Oh, I'd have to look it up, but I would imagine, multiple millions of dollars.
He's probably $30 million a year.
That sounds about right.
Or $5 million a year. I have no idea. Because it's funny because sports stars their salaries are so public that we hear that, but we don't hear anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Big business, you don't normally hear
and they publish them, and I bet there's some information. And
we're a little high.
Okay,
he's 18 mil.
Okay, so $18 million is a lot of money to make a year for being the CEO of McDonald's, and that means he's worth that, right? We have to assume. They did a lot of interviews. There's a $1 billion corporation. Sure. They found the best CEO, right?
And they give him $18 million.
So I have to imagine this guy's super high, productive, smart, successful individual, right? You don't make it to the CEO of McDonald's, right? So this guy's high level, and a lot of times you forget that. And I forget it all the time. You see this guy and you're like, oh, he filmed this, ate it, and put it on the internet. I'm like,
by himself, while he was taking a dump in the company bathroom.
And you're like, no. This guy, this super high level, $18 million a year CEO of McDonald's did not do that. He's thinking out all his moves. He's not being from the hip.
People thinking out his moves too. I don't think he's doing everything alone. He has a team of people thinking for him.
Yeah. So and then you got another team of high level lawyers and and marketing people, and then you got the head of the marketing agency. So it's like, there's 30 people.
Well, that's a completely different company working for you.
Yeah, 30 high-level people all working on something at the same time. You know, like, that's a lot.
Which is the video release of the Big Arch. Is this the...
And then, so this happens. So I have to assume, based on that, all that reality, right? We could all agree 30 high-level people are all working on this and thinking about this and the high level.
And it had checks and balances, meaning some people saw it before it was released, right?
And they're smart, and they're highly educated, and they've been working in the field.
They should be top of their field.
Yeah, top of their field. Like, you don't get paid $18 million for not, So it's like, and
you're working with McDonald's, number one. That's literally like hitching your wagon in business. It's like, hey, I work for Real Madrid. I work for Manchester United.
And if you
it's the big one,
you know what? And none of us, including myself, and maybe some people out here they're listening.
But it's not as orchestrated as people think. I think people think that they're like in his ear, like, okay, now take a sloppy bite, now act disappointed. I don't think it's like that. I think they just do it and then they just release it. Very little thought goes into it, and they kind of see where it goes and manage. That's what I think they do.
Because I'm saying, I'm thinking they thought this out. And they were like, how about we do this, we record this, and then put it out, and then people will assume...
They may have done that. But it's not scripted, is my point. Like, that guy isn't going through beats. He's not
an actor. He's not an actor.
Yeah, no, he's not.
And maybe they went... And once that video, they looked at it, and they're like, it's... like, he comes off genuine.
Yeah, but it's awkward.
But that's his personality, and people will and it'll go viral because of this guy's personality. Yeah. And then this guy's like, all right, well, how will this help McDonald's? Like, this will give us an estimated $50 million in internet advertising.
Well, good or bad, we're a headline for the next 3 days. Do you want that? And he's like, yes, I do.
Yeah, and then yes, you come off a little awkward, but who cares who the CEO, like the CEO of McDonald's doesn't ever interject himself into any of our branding. So by doing this,
and he won't probably again after this.
Yeah. And then you go back to, and then because McDonald's is a real estate company, all they need to do is keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah,
sit
on their land,
acquire real estate,
open new stores,
sell franchise, battle the people eating healthy, the thing, but they know they're like everybody's addicted to these super high calorie.
Now it's a treat. Yeah. You're not supposed to eat it all the time. That's not what it's for.
But they'll still eat it all the time, just like drugs, everybody's addicted to it. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? You're eating. It's like, so. I have to believe they purposefully did this, and
they at least purposely released it. I agree with that.
And they knew. Or they gambled on the fact that, and it's free essentially, because their marketing campaigns are hundreds of millions of dollars if they're doing commercials or like other stuff, or sponsoring the Super Bowl, or some people, millions. And this is just a easy video, put it out there, and then you use your bots and all their stuff to start making fun of it. Because I do believe you start influencing,
amplify it with
amplifying
artificial amplification.
Yes,
sure,
that happens.
It does, and in this, I know there are a lot of people that are like. The number one comment that I would see, especially like on Reddit or TikTok, you see people that are like, well, it looks as if he doesn't like his own food. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like.
Yeah, McDonald's. Everybody does.
If you were going to eat at McDonald's that day, if you're like, Joe Plumber, you work in your truck all day, you like McDonald's, it's a quick bite to eat, and it fits your budget.
Yeah.
That CEO being awkward, eating the Big Arch, doesn't even weigh into your decision to eat at McDonald's.
No,
it just makes you look over and you're like, oh, Big Arch, I'll try that. And that's it. That's as far as it goes.
Yes.
It's not going as far as the awkwardness. It never gets, nothing's that
no one's
deep.
like, the CEO didn't like it, so I'm not.
No one does that.
Stressed out.
No one does that,
eating
man.
in your truck.
And the people that do
give it
that,
to your family.
The one person in Orlando that saw the video and was like, well, can't eat there ever again. Well, congrats. Because you do exist, but you're not the majority.
Yeah. That doesn't even matter about you.
No. It had the same effect on me. When I watched this video, yes, the guy was awkward, but my reaction was, oh, I'll try a Big Arch.
Yeah.
That's that was it.
Yes, and they know that because I said 30 high-level people, millionaires, thought this out.
Do you believe this? And I do believe this, but you don't get... And this would be something I would like to talk to. Many moons ago, when we were fleshing out our first Studio 1, back at my house. Not the house I'm currently in, back in my little house in Colonial Town. My buddy Jeff Blasey, who works in design, he did the original Tom and Dan logo, the first logo we ever did.
Yeah.
He was an Imagineer, and he worked with Disney. And you and I have always been very lucky of having really talented art friends that would kind of lend their art to us.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to Jeff Blasey, and one of the things that he would do for us very early on is when we would do like studio sets up and stuff, he would set up the lighting in the room, and then we were just sitting there drinking one day, and he goes through like telling me how he had been hired by a lot of news stations to go in and orchestrate the lighting that they would use to present anything. Like if they have a commercial for a charity 5K that, let's say, West Channel 2 is advertising, the lighting needs to be a certain color in order to trigger the psychology in your brain to charity or running or helping people. If you're talking about the war in Iran, the lighting would be a certain color. There's a psychology behind everything that is done. The lighting, the way you phrase things, the way that the banners swoop in, the music that's played underneath whatever you're watching. Is it very emotional music? Is it very intense, like patriotic music? All of that is psychology, and this is all a long-winded way of me saying that my number one sheep for this year, or you know, the golden goose for Weird Job, is to talk to somebody in a department at a big company that is in charge of the little nuances of the psychology and plays that role in the advertising psychology.
Yeah.
That is fascinating to me. The colors, what you say. No, don't say that word. You can't say that. You just send them on a wrong path. You have to say this. So they never even think about that. What do you say? What don't you say? What colors do you use? How long is the spot supposed to be? Is it supposed to be a blended family in the spot? Is it a black dad with a white mom? Like what? You know what I mean? There's so much that goes into that we're just abused by it, right? They just shoot it into our eyes.
Yeah.
But what I want to learn is what are the things they're doing to get us to stay 1 millisecond longer? What are you doing to get me to? I'm walking through my house and the update's on, and I turn and I look at it, but you held me for 1 second. How did you do that? How did you do that?
And even above and beyond that, the new marketing of how can we produce something ultra cheap and make it go viral. I'm fascinated in that. Like and then sometimes it's
we've done that, but we did it accidentally.
So yeah, sometimes
we don't know the formula.
And
is there a formula?
That's right. That's
the formula constantly changing. That's what I think.
I think yes. The formula,
I think it's an ever evolving formula.
Yes, and it's constant. And whoever's got their finger on it has a lot of power.
Freddie Formula Finger. Who is Freddie Formula Finger?
Yeah. And I'm sure based on information and algorithms and what's trending, they can shoot stuff out, and I think it's a machine gun. They're like shooting out, and then one bullet goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they are creating massive amounts of different little content, and then one goes, and there's like, all right, it only costs us X amount.
Are they constantly testing us?
And
I'm not approaching this from this
is just a capitalism of marketing.
Correct. I'm not trying to say they're controlling us, man. I'm not going that far. Again, nothing is this deep. I'm saying
just a marketing.
The marketing aspect of it, and what are the little? Because some of it gets a little dirty, right? Like you use, I don't know, that you put something in there to weaponize some nostalgia that's in my brain to get me to like your product. I think that's weird.
Well, there's a deception element to it. And the same thing with the CEO of McDonald's. Like if you sought out, and I think this is why they made like FCC rules about advertising where like you had to say if a sponsor is paid or not.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because like back then it was like, oh, this person has a lot of endorsement power. The consumer needs to know if this person is getting paid to say this is good, right? Because that makes a difference, right? Is it coming from them legitimately, or is it coming from the aspect of they are paid to say this? They're a spokesperson, right? So there used to be that, and now it's the Wild West. So now we're all just being consumed with stuff, and then we're like, is this a commercial or not? And we don't know.
You don't know.
And then so even me and you, this is just a stupid theory. Like we don't know. You would never know. It's all internal.
One of the ones that bothered me the most as a young man, I'll give you one.
But I have to assume it is because I have to give these people more credit. You see what I'm saying? Because there's too much money.
You can give them all the credit because they figured it out.
There's too much money involved for it to be willy-nilly, I think.
It's not willy-nilly.
Yeah.
One of the things that bothers me the most, and this is a hard one to stomach as a young man, was the actors reenacting drug commercial. That didn't used to be, like, the idea of us turning on the TV and you seeing a commercial for Prozac where the people that are going through their day are not really on Prozac. That is a relatively new thing in my mind.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
When it was originally, when you're watching TV and they first started rolling out any type of medical type of thing, it seemed as if the golden rule was you're using actual people, and that rooted you in some level of, like, there's a level of believability.
Yeah, endorsement. This real person is telling me they've used this medication. It's not just a paid actor that's in a set.
Now you're watching people literally riding a bike with a helmet on. They're riding around the lake out here, enjoying their day. They're happy, got a big smile on their face. They're enjoying time with their kids because they're taking Zoloft. Those people don't even need that pill. You know what I mean? Like, and that was a tough one. That's a tough one for me.
I
was like, well, get that out of here then. That's not real. Why are we doing that? That's not, you're just showing what could be. You're not showing what actually is. Get that out of here. And I remember as a young man seeing these roll out and being like, I don't like that. What are we doing? You're not selling reality. You're selling something that could be.
That's why other countries don't let pharmaceutical companies advertise on media. You know, like that's an
agree with them.
That's an American thing.
I agree with them.
Listen, we'll end with this because in this segment with this, like, sometimes I'll be stony baloney and start thinking about it. I'm like, man, everything, like, we live in a capitalist society, and that's fine, and that's how America was built. But it's like, it seems like there's so much money in these mega corporations that for sure they're buying as much, because, like, every mega corporation, their only objective is to make more and more money, right? It's not I
think it's a company's only goal, right? Is to get larger and succeed.
Yeah. So with that,
dominate, control over your opponents, I guess. Put other people out of business, take the major share.
Yeah, and then it's like anybody that is going to stop you from making money, you pay money to not let them stop you.
Yeah.
And then it's like
at any means necessary. Sure.
And this is why other countries have been ruined by corruption and stuff. And then, like, obviously we're trying to keep corruption out of politics and our government, but that's impossible.
We did a great job. I will say we did a fantastic.
And then
job.
you're like, well, that makes sense. That it's like that we all, like, the corporations are who's in charge here, and they're just poisoning us all, and we're just playing
to keep us on the medical teat.
A cog in the system where they're just like, keep them poisoned, and so they buy our medicine and more money.
We're prisoners. Prisoners in the marketing fields.
And I'm like, oh my God. Then I'm like, this is what happened to Adam Carolla in a different way. But it's like, you start thinking, like, and you go down that route and you're like, I can't think about this anymore because that seems like it's happening.
Yeah, it's very sad.
And then you start thinking the amount of money, like Kirk Cousins, he made like $500 million, right? And
we're going to release him beginning of the season.
Yes, yeah. So there was a guy named Arthur Blank that wasted $100 million.
Gladly, happily. Yes. And he was willing to waste it on old masseuse. He was willing to waste it on a horrible man. He was ready to waste money on horrible people.
$100 million. Mm-hmm. Like, that is
a broken quarterback.
Lot of money. And, like, how much money does this guy have? He's got a lot. And if that guy's got it, a lot of it's like, this is, and you can start buying a lot for money. Like, everybody wants money. It's corrupt.
I don't need it. Yeah.
Who's not corrupt?
You're right.
I don't know. It just seems like we're all screwed because of that giant corporation.
This is a positive segment. I feel like we did a lot of good work here.
And this may bite me in the ass, but, if we are able to do this on our own and without, because, like, to be honest, let's I
don't even know what you're going to talk about here.
Like, if this is hard to do this business. Me and Daniel.
It's never been harder. Right now, I think it's harder than it's ever been.
I mean, we're lucky we have Tracy. We're lucky we have Eric. We're lucky we have Melissa.
Yeah.
We're lucky we have KC. Everybody we work with.
Shout out to all those people that help prop us up, man.
We're lucky to
all 4 of them.
Our listeners and stuff, but we are grinding to try to make this small business work and like be completely independent, right? Now the luxury, and I think about this because I'm like, man, it would be easier by a lot if some company just came in like, hey, we'll buy Tom and Dan, we'll pay you your salary. What are you making?
We'll just own the show. It'll be the Tom and Dan show, sponsored by X. Just say our title every hour.
And then all you guys, you and Dan, just come in and be funny. And then we'll take it from here.
Keep beating the drum for whatever it is,
That would be a goddamn vacation.
Yeah,
we would be like, we hit the lottery, right?
They normally like to handle all the other aspects.
I'll sit down like, oh, God. Like, I would be so happy with that. Yeah, I
don't even know if I'd know what to do. Because I'd be like, all this free time.
Yeah, we'd be in here. We'd just be like, how do you be funny? And I think that's what
we go back to business lunch and start drinking down at Gators. First thing we do, business lunch down at Gators. We're drinking big beers.
But we'd be happy. People get back fat Tom. They'd be like, you should do that.
Super fat Dan. I'm gonna go wheelchair fat.
Yeah. And then all we do is try to make each other laugh. We do whatever the fuck
we got hookers in here. I'll get divorced for the show. I'll get divorced.
And then we just
my ladies don't need me.
And then someone else, some giant mega corporation handles everything else.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that would be so much easier.
They handle all the lawsuits. We got counsel. We got a team of people editing for us.
And some of you may be saying, well, why don't you do that? And to that, I say, well, touche. I would like to do that, but we're not.
We're putting it out there.
But we're doing
if you know anybody that needs that, we're putting it out there. Is that what you're saying?
No, because here's why. Is because that will end up being where we were before, and we'll be. And then, now maybe you retire like that. Who knows? But we're going to be like, oh fuck, this giant mega corporation is sucking the goddamn lifeblood out of everything.
How long do you think it would take?
Cheap as hell.
We'd have a solid month where we're having some fun. We'd have a fun month.
And then they're telling us about ratings and some other bullshit and what we got to say and all this other stuff that we're, it's like, what the hell do you know? And like, we're in meetings, pointless meetings over and over, and then we're endorsing.
But then when we complain about the meetings online, people love it. They're like, Tom and Dan hate their bosses.
Yeah.
That was like a thing. That's still a thing now, where you complain about, like, they won't let us
Howard
do
Stern
this.
pig vomit.
Even radio stations in this town will still be like, well, they're not letting us do it, but guess what? We're doing it anyway. That's all fake. If you ever hear that, all fake.
So, anyway, I guess the grass is always greener on whatever side you're on. It's like you look at that and you're like, I wish I did that. And then you do that, you're like, I wish I did this.
They both have pros and cons. They both have good things and bad things.
But ultimately, the best thing is that we have control over it.
I agree.
So
it's harder, but it's just better.
And then if we have control over it, we have control over what, like, not fucking over our listeners and try to do as best. Well,
that we don't. That's never in the equation. Ever. That's just not that's not something we. We're very appreciative of everybody that listens to this show, more so than we ever. That is
not nickel and diming everything.
That is something I took for granted when I was working radio. You don't look at your audience the same way. I didn't.
No, 100%.
You look at your audience now like you are the guys, you are our bosses, you pay the bills. Every little piece of feedback you give is important. I read it all. All of it
Every
affects
person,
me. It all affects me.
It's
impossible to be the product that we are trying to do independently and try to make people laugh and not hear what they say. Even little things that maybe some people even deem unreasonable. It's still an opinion from a person who pays me directly. So I take it seriously.
100%.
I take it seriously. Even as crazy, I mean, you can give me some crazy stuff. I'll still give it a couple seconds, read it, and then digest it. Everything means something.
And I think that's the struggle of small business, large business in the United States. It's because we're all like, we're the local hardware store where it's like, man, we're trying to give you the best customer service, the best value.
But we take 6 hours to make a copy of a key. I realize you've been here 45 minutes for your key.
Well, I'm an old man.
And it's taking me I'm key guy. Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, I'm sweeping. We gotta have someone to
Let's
manage
do this on our way out. If we owned a hardware store, by the way, my favorite hardware store is up the street. They don't advertise with us. I wish they did. I'll throw it out there. I'm in this new thing now where if I want to advertise and work with you, I just yell your name and say I like your products. Tools Ace Hardware, right up here in Colonial. I go up there with Maisie all the time. Here's why I like Tools. I like the smell of it. When I go inside there, it smells awesome. It smells like Benchmade knives. It smells like wood pellets. It smells like rubber. And I enjoy going up there. If you and I owned a hardware store, I would be in charge of keys. And I'm going to be all the way in the back right corner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to chirp you good while you're getting your key. And it's going to take about 28 minutes for you to get a copy of your key in and out. I know it's a long time, but you're going to have a good time doing it. And I'm not going to charge you if you want a vanity key. If you want the Miami Dolphins instead of just the plain blank, I'll give you the Dolphins for free.
I guess that is the paradox of small business, because the consumer is like, well, I need my key made in 20 minutes, and I need it for half the cost. And then you're like, I can't do it.
I have one good hip, and I have stories for. I can tell you some stories.
Yeah. It's like I can't compete, and then you're like, okay, I'll just go to Home Depot, and then you're out of business.
Wait.
And you're out of business. So, but
I'm so old, I don't even realize they walked out of the store.
And I don't even blame the customer for that, because the customer has a family to feed and is struggling, and they need the cheapest cost. So the evil corporation, or you say evil, but the corporation's like, come here, because we have the resources, we can cut half the cost and then put everybody out of business and take it all.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And then the employee at Ace Hardware, they're struggling and trying to do extra stuff for
They do extra too. If you go in there, they'll answer questions for you.
Man, I could just go work at Home Depot, and then I just go in and out, and I don't have to do anything extra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They go, and then I don't even blame them. So
because it is a harder job to do a better job.
Yes, and then we're like, how awesome it would be just to go back and work for a mega corporation and just show up and be funny.
Yeah,
and then, that would be easier. So it's like that's the paradox: is all going mega.
Yeah, until we decide we can't, until we get sick of it, right? And I think we are at a point of that. I think we're at a point. I know I've reached a point. Like, I can only speak for me, but I don't like going out to eat anymore. I really don't. The service is just too bad and the food's not good enough. So me and Maisie have decided that we like cooking. So we'll just cook at home. So if I have my druthers, 90% of the meals I get in the Dennis household are going to come out of my kitchen.
Or you're putting small restaurants out of business.
Well, they need to be better.
I found a small Mexican restaurant by my house, and me and Crystal were like, we need to support this place.
Oh, if you find a good one, I'm all in. Yeah.
But we go
far between
dude. But then we've gone there twice. There's nobody in there, and I'm like, it's going to go out of business. We know it. I'll bet.
But it's good.
I'll go to Cowshed. Yeah, it's great.
I don't know. Some of those places can stay for forever, though.
Like a lot of I find a good place. You have to
turn me onto this taqueria. I love a good mom and pop taqueria.
It's but you're not going to travel that far.
Yeah, I will for food. Yeah, I will. For good tacos, I'll go anywhere, man.
Yeah,
but you're right.
It's hard to support a small business, because you're just.
But it's better. And Crystal like it better than going to, big block taco.
But it's not me alone won't keep them in business.
No.
They're like, it's always empty. It's going out of business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have the marketing money. They can't tell anybody.
But I don't think it has to stay that way. Like, I know we talk about this and you'll go, it's all going megacorps. For whatever reason, I do not see an endless sea of just everything goes big box. I don't see that. I think the pendulum, and I think we're seeing it now even with AI. Like, at least on my algorithm, if I use AI as kind of like a version of megacorp, right? Because it devalues a lot of the things that did have value. A lot of my people are anti that. We don't want AI art. We don't want AI slop. We don't want AI music. We don't want any of that. We want true human experience. We want small mom and pop businesses. We want service again. We want people treating us right. We want you to know that we're a regular at your bar. We want all that back. So I think that that's going to come back. I do. I think that that's going to come back.
Well, what's funny is that the small business are the ones that have to use AI because you don't have enough employees or money to pay a human.
Well, they can. I don't think they have
to. They have to in certain aspects, but like a big business like iHeart can say like, all people, no AI. Well, you have the money to pay people.
But that's a lie. They're not doing that. If you look on any of their websites, they're using AI. That's a lie.
But it doesn't matter. They can could say it, and they could be like, oh, we're not doing this with AI. Like the small guys, like I have to do it to save because I am doing it myself.
Well, you can be picking and choosing and doing it. Like I think if you're a small mom and pop, you can choose to use AI to push data, but maybe you're not going to use it for your menus, or maybe you're not going to use it for your T-shirts because you know that it's going to turn people off.
Yeah. Or
like if you're actively
using it a different way, like you have to use it for your menu almost, because it would take
not for your art
5 hours.
You don't have to use it for your art. You can use it to help push everything, and then you can go in there yourself and just use fonts that you got for free online and do a good job that doesn't have AI mistakes in it. You don't have to do that.
Yeah. It just it's interesting where we're gonna go, and if small business always has a place, or if it would be eradicated by big.
I think it will always have a place.
Here's the thing: there are big business buying small businesses all the time, and no one even knows. We've seen it. We've lost a lot of sponsors because of it.
But the quality always dips.
It does,
and people start complaining about the quality, and I think that's what makes people seek out the smaller guys.
If you do that, but if you're willing,
I have. I'm like, well, I don't like this. This is not good. This isn't what I had anymore. So then I'll try something a little bit different.
I'm just assuming most people are cash strapped, stressed out, and just going to take whatever the cheapest thing is. Even
a lot of my cash strapped friends are very much anti certain things. Like I don't know. The human element, I think, is having a moment, and I think it's going to get bigger.
Hopefully.
I think it's going to, I just think it is, because I think I don't even think we have a choice in it. I think it's because we're human, that's what we crave. I don't think we have we have no control over whether or not we want to talk to other humans. That's just us. We have to do that. If we eliminate all of that, or if we try to eliminate all of that, I think it's impossible. We'll always fight against it.
I guess, and unless you can't tell.
Well,
and that's
point, different.
Yeah, there's a point where we'll get to in technology where you can't tell, and then who knows what happens.
But you'll want to tell, right? So maybe you'll vet it.
But maybe it's impossible to vet.
Not if you ask people.
Yeah,
I don't think anything that reaches a point of impossibility. I just don't believe in that finality of like, remember, when you get here, you will not be able to tell AI from. I don't believe in that yet, because I can't wrap my brain around that yet. Even the people that have, like your friend who was talking about the AI models being so
general intelligence.
There are just as many people that have, there's 100 different theories that go absolutely against that theory. So if I put as much intelligence into those and to believing them, then we're back to even.
I see some of the videos that are coming out now where it's like, if it's not blatantly some sort of physics that are wrong in it, it's hard to tell. Like,
but people aren't believing it.
The more boring the video, you're like, this could be real or not, and I don't know.
But it could be, but people are asking. They're not. I don't think people are doing what you think they're doing. I don't think people are just like, it's beaming into their eyes. They're like, oh, submarine blew up a ship in Iran.
No, everybody's
They're not just going like, I believe that. I think they're questioning it. And if you question it, then you're not in the simulation. Because you've broken the link. Then you're human.
Hopefully, then we're all going back to it all dies, and then we're like, oh, impossible to tell if it's real. We'll back to reality. All right.
Yeah.
Let's
back to reality. I like that. Let's end with Eminem.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
It feels like such a disease, wanting everything.
Got an email from a listener thanking us for telling him, hey, thanks for telling me to take the family to Hollerbox German restaurant in Sanford, Florida.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to take credit for it, but I mean, the place is basically a historical institution in Sanford. And we are so proud that they have chosen us to advertise with. Guys, if you haven't been there, do like this listener that emailed me. Make it your first. Make it like it's easier than Disney and just as much fun.
No, 100%.
Maybe even more fun.
It is
more beer there.
It's a destination. It's an experience when you have dinner at Hollerbox. A lot of times,
even lunch. They got a brand new lunch menu that Chef Pat is always sort of adjusting and making better. But anytime you can get there is great. Even if you just want to drop by with your wife or husband and grab a beer and some sweets, or like just have a cocktail on the rooftop.
Uber Keller.
Awesome.
It's like tapas style German cuisine with some beers, and you sit up on the rooftop. Their beer garden, and it's nice outside. You have some beers, you have some German chocolate cake or some sweets. And Dude, it is great, but like you have a shot ski with your friends. You're listening to live German music.
It's so fun.
The atmosphere is great at Hollowbox.
And you can spend the evening there. You can hang out at the restaurant, eat, and then saunter around. And yes, I said saunter around Sanford.
And then who knows? Theo Hollowbox could be there. He's always there hanging out.
Ask for Chef Pat. You got to ask for Chef Pat.
And also ask for a Tom and Dan pin. That's how they know that you're there because of us. And they have a bunch of different collector pins that you can have for yourself. If you bring your kids there, they have a great kids menu. It's not all German cuisine.
No.
Like for the kids, they have the mac and cheese. They have the grilled cheese.
They make it easy on the parents.
Goldfish mixed with gummy bears. Like I bring my sons there. They love it.
It's easy.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy.
I get that pork shank, Eisbein. And it's, man, I dream about that. It's so good. A giant German beer and the Eisbein. It fall off the bone pork shank.
It's just so good.
And then the market's great.
Oh, yeah. There's take-home meals in the market. There's spaghetti eyes. There's clothing in the outfitters if you want to get later hosen. Look, guys, it is so fun there. And if you want to get the full German experience, you owe it to yourself and to your family to go check them out in Sanford. They are historic. It is Hollowbox German Restaurant, and they are a proud sponsor of Tom and Dan, and we are proud to sponsor with them. What?
Follow them on social, Hollowbox German Restaurant.
I think that made sense. Welcome back to a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
So, what do you got, Daniel?
Do you remember and this may be before you got to Orlando, but there was a time when it was exciting as a human to see grandiose and impressive billboards.
Okay, I'll tell you, I moved to Orlando to go to UCF in the summer of 2000.
Okay, so I think you missed this iconic Orlando billboard, the Orlando Sentinel, that I actually do subscribe to because they got me at Tools Ace Hardware. Same thing the way they got you.
Okay.
I paid for a physical membership, but I got a digital, so I'm using the digital. They did a retrospective on, and I think it may be 50 years, on the iconic Universal Studios E.T. billboard.
Okay, I remember this billboard, the one where his long doo-doo finger sticking out.
E.T. billboard. Yeah, I'm going to try and find pictures of this. Yeah, he had his finger on the billboard. What's interesting about the E.T. billboard is that when they were building it, like, I don't even know how to describe this. I don't know if this makes me just standard Florida hillbilly bumpkin, but you were like, what the hell? They made a billboard with E.T. His fingers there and his eyes move back and forth. And then every once in a while, the finger would light up. And it was the coolest thing you would ever see, dude. There was nothing cooler than that. Like, it was an iconic one. And I think they had a Jaws one, too. But it almost became like a thing where if you saw it, you got chemicals in your body, man. This is a different time. Like, I don't know how to even describe how simple of a people we were. But you'd see this billboard and you'd be like, oh, my God, that's all it took to think, I got to go to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
You didn't need to know about the rides. You didn't need nothing. They was ride the movies. Oh, E.T. is their finger lights up. They spent money on that billboard. This place is quality, right?
Yeah. Because billboards, are always the standard square, and anything outside of that.
Yes, and I'm a sucker.
Even the Ron Johns half. And then
I'm a sucker for the one that looks like, oh, what happened to that billboard? Somebody broke it. Oh, joke's on you. We broke it. We broke our own billboard, Ron John.
3 miles out and the other half.
Yeah. Or like, south of the border.
Yep, south of the border.
Where they're like, Pedro says, and there's 100 different. I don't know why, but here's what I do know. These are as good as dead. The billboard, driverless cars don't care about billboards.
Yeah, that
people that don't own cars, the billboard. So that's done, right? The idea of the grandiose, where they throw money at the billboard, that's all gone.
Well, I'll tell you what did happen. The audience that sees them has been drastically cut below half, and I'll explain.
Please,
because my sons, when we're on road trips, do not look out the window anymore.
Right.
And sometimes Tommy will, like, he'll get...
Dude, that is an excellent observation that I did not think of.
Every kid and every passenger is looking at their phone or device, because to pass the time. And there used to be a time where you were forced to look out the window and you saw a lot more billboards. A lot more passengers in a car were exposed to billboards than they are now. It has to be true, right?
Yeah.
And
definitely.
And so...
I mean, hell, I'm even on my phone in the car if my wife's driving.
Well, yeah. Or you're not driving,
right.
The car's driving.
That I do kind of look around. That it's interesting that the driverless car...
Maybe you look around more.
It makes me look around more. There's a psychology of having more... I think it's because there's less decision fatigue. Like, I'm not really doing much other than monitoring and make sure it's safe.
But you're probably still looking at your phone or soming.
No, I don't look at my phone.
No?
I really don't look at my phone in my car. I've had too many close calls. That's a personal thing for me.
But even as driving yourself?
It'll flag you. Like, it knows when you have something in your hand. You can't do that.
Ah, okay.
It's one of the only times it knows. Yeah, I can have my hands in my lap. I can have my hands up. I can have my hands out.
What if you're looking down or like?
It's too hard to do. You can do that, but it's really hard to do it.
Like, I'll look at my phone when there's a cop next to me just to tempt.
That turns me on a little bit.
like a cop with you there, and then I'll even make eye contact with him.
You're like, I'm gonna test fate. Right,
yeah, and then I'll just be looking at me like I'm committing a crime right in front of a cop.
You know what I do? I pull out a gun.
Right.
I just start waving it around real low. Not at him. I'm not an idiot, and I respect law enforcement, but I just wave it around. I'm in my floorboard just going crazy with it. It's unloaded.
Yeah, but it's funny. I remember the old ET billboard, and there's not many exciting billboards. Like
Tower of Terror is a good one where it looks like it's falling. That was a good billboard.
It was, but
they're gone now. They're dead.
There's nothing that catches my eye now. And the electronic billboards, to me, is a nothing. The fact that they change, like, I know everybody gets mad on everything's lost its value, but like the static billboard that is actually like set in place and like. That has way more value than the digital billboard constantly changing a bunch of images, and almost to the point where when it changes, I don't even look at it.
We've even bought digital billboards.
Yeah.
Even when we were buying them, I was like, "This is a waste of money."
Yeah.
I am not made for digital billboards.
Yeah.
That's not my generation. I'm not a digital billboard guy.
They do kind of work at like Times Square, but I would make the argument that those are like installation pieces with like digital, and they do change, but it's more.
They're
I don't know,
more grandiose, dude. It's taking up half the side of a building.
Yeah,
that's different.
Yeah.
That is different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like sometimes I think of little things like that, and then when I saw that article in the Orlando Sentinel, it was like, oh, God, I remember how big. Like, that was an iconic billboard. It would be interesting to think or figure out the numbers of how much Universal paid to have that built, how long did it take, and if they could drill down and attribute how many people came because of that billboard. How many impressions? Probably more than any other billboard that we've had in Orlando.
Well, the fact that we're even talking about it means that it worked. But again, it's so hard to quantify those things, and I think most companies don't get down that much, like where they can look back and actually have numbers to that billboard.
Yeah.
They know how many people pass by it. I mean, that gets sold in, like, there's records of how many people on I-4 go, a day. And it's a lot. It's crazy amount of people exposed.
It's a ton.
And what's funny is that we talk so much about like billboards and buses and stuff. Still to this day, the fact that we had our branding on a bus resonates with people. And people still mention that, like, when you guys had the bus, like that
made me believe in you. I don't believe in you now. Is that what they say?
No. They were just like that.
I believed in your cause then.
Like,
what happened to you? Where's Daniel? Is he dead?
The bus thing. Now, when I say there's still people, like, it's been dozens.
Yes, Brown.
So, like, for the amount we paid, we were paying $1,000 a month.
So you paid $1,000 a month for 12 people to tell you that they believe in you?
Yeah, and we did it for over a year. So it's $12,000 a month, like $1,000 per person. He's paid $1,000 per person to listen to the show. But
let me give you a scam real quick. This is unrelated. Let's clean the palate, but I know you love a good...
I love scams.
I know you love a good scam. So there's a guy on Reddit. I don't know how I found this group, but I'm in this group that sort of has to do with like long cons or having to do with like long scams or something. And there's a guy in there, and I'll preface it just to get us to the meat of the tale. But he gets a job as a security guard at an arena, no different than, let's say, our Kia Center here in Orlando, a home of our beloved Orlando Magic. So
the standard yellow shirt, big security and block letters on your back. He's a
security guy. Exactly that. He's the yellow guy with the security shirt. He passed the background check and everything. So he does the job for a couple of weeks. He notices that they've hired. So the pool of people that they're pulling from, it's seemingly getting less and less for him to the point where they're not calling him as much as he thought, and he's forced to get another job.
Okay.
But he still has credentials. He still has his uniform. He still has his badge, and he also still passed the background check there. So really, other than just not being scheduled, he's just not really an employee there anymore. He actively could be if called, but he's not.
Yeah.
So he says, and now I know what group it is. It's in the I Have to Admit Something group, which, by the way, is a great group on Reddit.
Okay. So there's a group on Reddit that just admits like secrets.
It's like he had
anonymously.
I mean, I guess. I mean, like my Reddit's not anonymous, but I'm sure that most people's are because they say some pretty nasty stuff on there.
Yeah, okay.
And people don't want to get
because you can make any profile or any name.
Yeah, you just take in a generic one. So he goes on to say, he's like, I have to tell you something. He's like, I've been like maybe 6 weeks ago, Sabrina Carpenter was playing. She had a concert, and I really wanted to go. I like Sabrina Carpenter. Tickets are super expensive. It dawned on me that I have my security outfit, and I'm still a registered, like I'm in the system.
Yeah. So my badge works and all that, yeah.
So he goes down there, and he says, I go through the security entrance, and he details it. He's like, when you go through the security entrance, you just sort of wave to people. No person other than security is going through the security entrance.
Yeah.
And he says this. He says, so they don't even check anything. They don't even check his badge. They're not checking ID. He's just going in the security entrance.
Oh, yeah. That's called the Tom Van.
So he goes in.
If you were dressed in the costume, I'm letting you in.
He puts he's not dressed yet. He just goes in the security entrance.
Oh, okay.
He's not dressed in his security outfit. Goes in, puts on his security outfit because you carry it in. That's no different than what a real security guard would do. I don't think you wear it in and out.
Yeah, so doing his normal
for safety.
Yeah, day to day.
Yeah, so he goes in the entrance, puts on his security. He says he walks down to the main floor. He waited 10 minutes till the concert started. The opener's on. He walks down. The other security people, as he walks down, see him. They don't even look up because they see his yellow shirt or his jersey. So he just kind of goes down. He said he went down. He found an area there was no security at, and he stood down there and he enjoyed the entire concert.
Okay.
Then he goes on to say, since that Sabrina concert 6 weeks ago, I've been to 8 different, I won't say what NBA team because I don't want to bust this guy out, but he's been to 8 different NBA games.
Okay, all right.
He's been to 3 other concerts. I believe one of them was, it was a big one. It was like real big, like Andrew Bocelli.
Okay,
like a ticket you would spend like $600 for to see like the blind tenor sing.
Yeah.
Like a big boy ticket. And then he goes through his list and he's like, I'm thinking about going the next step, which is to go, because he's like, I haven't been working my other job as much. You know, I'm kind of down on my luck. He's like, I'm thinking about going to catering. I'm going to go there early, and then I'm going to load up on some food and smuggle some of that out. And he's like, his question is, am I getting too greedy?
Okay, so.
And I know the man to take this tale to. I know a guy that happens to be my business partner that loves good scams. I contend, when I was reading this gave me nothing but good feelings. I was like, oh, this guy's killing it. You're killing it. That scares me when you go one step further. It scares me.
So, on one aspect of this, I think we could all look at this and be like, well, he's not really hurting anybody per se because he's not taking a seat. He's standing
He's
up.
not taking a seat from someone who paid, no.
Technically, he's adding to
the
security ambiance, right? Because he's dressed as a security guard. He is actually a security guard.
You are Better Call Saul. You're Saul.
He's just not working. He's not getting paid for this. So essentially, he's doing this for free, and his payment is watching the show he wants.
Okay.
Right? So you can make the argument that the venue is a little bit safer. He's not taking away from anybody. Technically, you could say, like, if you were Sabrina Carpenter's lawyer, he is enjoying the show without a paying ticket, so he's stealing from her.
Well, he could cause harm if he wanted to. He snuck in. He's a domestic terrorist in mine.
Well, but he's actually the security guard that works there and normally does events. He's just not working that night. So,
and he also said that he knew some of the people working.
Yeah,
he knew them, but they're not ratting him out because he's been doing it.
Yeah, so it's like...
What do you think about one step further to catering, though?
So now you're pushing the limits. Now, you're already... Now, what's weird about this is that you would think this would go on everywhere in all arenas.
Well, that was my next question. I had it written in my phone.
And it probably is.
And I think it does.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely... And I am not bringing this up to bust anybody at our Kia Center, and hopefully I don't get you into trouble. But I guarantee you this is happening right here in our city. Guaranteed.
And it may be... Even like the people turn a blind eye because think about it. If I'm the head of security, right, and then like I have to schedule security guards for every event, right, and say some of the security guards are like, "Hey, I'm not working that night, but I'll go stand at this post to watch the show." Like now, technically, because they're not working, like I can't. Like legally, you can't have someone work for free. Like obviously, that's against the law.
Correct.
But I can see as a boss being like, no harm, no foul. What is it hurting?
I think most bosses would say no to that, though.
Yeah, because you don't want
there's
them.
some protocol there that they don't like.
Of course. Now, there's security. Like, if you're the head of security, you know that is against security protocol, having someone that's not technically on the books working. Now, that person, though, went through all the background checks, is a trained security guard.
That's the part I love. The part I love is that he has the training, he passed the test, and he passed the background check.
He's just doing an event that he's not scheduled for.
Yeah.
So, essentially...
I mean, I could argue that he's just confused.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where he's at. He doesn't know he doesn't still work there.
It's like you are adding to the safety of all these people that are here by just standing at a post or standing somewhere because people see a security guard. Like, that's a lot of...
It's a deterrent.
A lot. Like, that's why events pay for off-duty cops to just sit there in their cars.
That's why I have a Safe Touch sign outside of my house.
Yeah. It's just all a deterrent. Like someone's less likely to cause a problem if they see cops or security guards around. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it does. Why do you think cops park an abandoned car on the median?
That doesn't work for me.
436. By the way, when I see him parked there, I know it's no one's in there.
You know what? Exactly. You know what I do now when I see a car parked in the median? I speed up because I'm like, nah.
Yeah. But you do push your luck, and it does remind me of a story of they just caught a guy that had been traveling the country and figured out some sort of credit card hack where he could use like a chipped credit card and it would pay for the exact amount of any purchase that he was doing. And he was just like a nomad kind of. He traveled the country and had this credit card.
It's almost like a hackable magic card.
And it worked for some insane amount of time, like 17 years or something. Like it was a long, and they finally caught him. And, but it had been like, he'd been doing this for so long that I'm sure the guy, after 5 years, you're like, I'll never be caught. Like, because I'm keep moving around and there's no pattern to it. Like, there's no way to catch me. And, eventually, after 17 years, they caught him. But so this could work.
Leave him alone.
Now, the problem is once they catch you, a lot of times they're able to reverse engineer how much money you stole. So,
that nobody talked about that. What's interesting is, okay, so to give you the short of the long on the thread, most people were like, hell no, do not go to catering. And you want to know why? And I thought they gave a pretty decent answer about this. Anything else that you're doing, like whether you're going through security or let's say you're in the concert, Sabrina Carpenter's on stage singing.
Yeah.
Everything is dark, harder to see you. When you are in a lunchroom or wherever eating, if you're in catering, you are slowing down and sitting down and taking a moment. And they're like, if there was ever a time when you were going to get eagle-eyed by somebody, it would be grabbing a hot dog and sitting down to enjoy it when they don't know you're there. Because they're letting their guard down. Every other time, they're kind of busy. This is when they're literally not busy. And people were like, please don't do, you're going to ruin your hookup. I don't know what he said. I'm sure he'll reply maybe later tonight with what he's going to do. But he was dead set on, look, I don't have a lot of money. I'm going in and I'm getting food.
And you could probably get away with it. Now, the problem is, though, eventually someone's going to ask a question and someone's going to find you. It's like that. Remember, I told you about that documentary about an artist that built an apartment in a mall.
Oh, yeah.
And he got away with it for years, and no one ever went. And then finally, some new security guards decided one day randomly to just explore like the back rooms of the mall, like just because there were two stoner security guards that were like, hey, what's back here? And they were and then they stumbled upon it because eventually someone's going to stumble upon it. Like, so eventually you could do this probably 100 times and get 100 free meals.
So too many people to be random almost.
And yes,
because the earth is there's only a finite amount of space.
And eventually you're going to be eating and someone's going to be like, wait a minute.
What's your name?
Yeah, are you on duty tonight? Yeah, you're working. Like someone's going to recognize you. Someone's going to.
What stairwell are you working tonight? And and then you grab your hot dog. I have diarrhea, and you run out the back.
Now there is another chance that just generally the security guards at arenas don't care that much, and even the bosses and everybody's not going to care, and maybe you get away with this for life because we don't hear about the people that get away with it for life. And that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So we only hear about the people that get caught.
What about the people that stop doing it? Because they're like, well, I did that. I don't want to get caught, so I'm putting it to bed.
I met a guy in an old radio cruise.
I remember this.
This is
eerie.
That told me he robbed a bank one time, and I believed him. He's like, I was young, I need money. I did the old note thing.
It was also the most stone cold person I've ever talked to in my life.
And he's like, I did the note, and I don't know how much money he said. It wasn't that much. It was like $8,000 to $12,000.
Yeah, I want to say it was just over $10,000 or so. And then it was enough to change your life at the time.
Yeah. And then he's like, he got away with it, and it was like 25 years ago. Obviously, there's no statute limitations with bank robberies, so he was like, but I think he just realized after this many years.
To tell you, drunkie. He had to get it off his chest.
Or it's a lie. It could have been lie, but it seemed to be true, and I bet that's happened lots of times before too. Like, there's lots of scams that people have done and never got caught, and there's lots of scams that people have done and then quit in the middle of it and never got caught, and or just did it till their dying day and never got caught. Yeah. We just hear about the people that got caught, and that's usually what deters anybody from doing this. Is like, you're like, I'll never really get caught, but sometimes you don't.
Okay, here's the one I want. I'll put this out there into the universe. I want the scam beyond death. What I mean by that is I want the guy that, like, he worked at some big corporation. He went in, he changed it so they'll be paying him like $100 every month, and it'll be sent to his house. He dies, but that money's still getting scammed.
Yeah.
And it's still coming I like those. I like the ones that were like, sorry, it was set in motion. This guy did it. Can't be stopped.
Yeah. It's like the old Office Space where you round the penny to an account, and there's so many transactions you're able to embezzle an insane amount of money. And there's probably lots of, it's like the old, radio station cell phone. It just gets forgotten. And then it's on.
Well, I had one of those in mine. I mean, we talked about your cell phone. You had it for forever. You're able to use it with like not paying for it for years. I had a 50% off. It's the best thing I ever had. A 50% off Hooters card.
Oh, yeah. There was a Wing House, right?
Was it? Well, I did have a Wing House, but the Hooters was 50% off, and that was on booze.
Yeah. And everything, right? Your whole bill.
And this was a orange card that had my name printed on it with a date. And it supposedly never expired, which was a lie because it did expire. But it and it was like 50% off anything at Hooters. Almost like the most magical card that you could have.
Yeah.
For Hooters, and I used it crazy, and then one day it just stopped. because they were just like, we can't do this. We're losing so much money. Do it. But it was so awesome. It was such an awesome thing to have. It was so rare to have it that people, like, I would show it and managers would be like, how did the hell did you get that?
Yeah, it was like an urban legend in the Hooters community.
Like, they would talk to me, they're like, oh, so your parents are big in the Hooters Corp? I'm like, no, I'm just, some strippers brought this to the radio station. I stole one from the room on the way out because I'm a poor intern or something. Like, I had it for years.
Yeah.
I think I used it for, like, no BS. I used it for, like, 10 years.
Yeah.
And then one day it just stopped working.
I love, and it's hard to explain how much I love, like, falling between the cracks.
Oh, Einstein Bagels.
And
that's still one of my favorite stories of all time.
Yeah, well, I'm getting screwed because I'm still reading the commercials. No one's been paying for it for 8 months. But it's just like flying under the radar, like being a piece of dust, like just like being some number that just gets overlooked and like taking advantage of a giant corporation. Like, to me, I love it because like this, it's almost like eating the crumbs of a king. Like, it's like
they're pretty decent.
Yeah, technically it's his crumbs. I shouldn't be eating them, but
he doesn't care about
yeah, it's crumbs to him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're getting full off the crumbs of a king.
Yeah,
you know. So like, who's losing in this, or like who's getting taken advantage? No one really, but. Technically, under the letter of the law, you shouldn't be eating the king's crumbs, but you could do it for.
Sounds kind of gross. Eating the king's crumbs, right? It sounds weird.
Yeah. And there's a lot of this, especially in giant corporations. I've heard of like company gas cards like being forgotten about and people using them. My favorite story that my buddy Alex, when he worked for a company where he was a aviation engineer where he would radar gas tanks from commercial airlines, and then when you do that, the gas has to be emptied. So part of the service is emptying out the commercial airlines gas tanks, and it's like aviation fuel. And then you'd pay, like, companies would pay you because you have to empty it and then dispose of it.
Yeah.
But instead of disposing of it, the company just kept it in their own containers, right? Legally and stuff, whatever. Because
that's what we're doing in Venezuela.
And then the company was like, hey, if you can find any cars, and it turns out like old ambulances will run off of aviation fuel.
I didn't know that.
So they made all their company cars old ambulances, and they told their employees like, hey, there was free fuel. If you want to drive around a car like an old diesel ambulance or whatever,
you want to drive around a stinky ambulance, I got fuel for days.
Any old diesel motor will run off this aviation fuel.
A bunch of old Etzels out there.
Yeah, it'll smoke crazy, right? And he said it like they drive around these old ambulances as their like company vehicles, and he'd be smoking, but it's free fuel. So like,
what did they do? Was it weird to have ambulances everywhere?
Well, they didn't. They only had like 5 or 6 company cars or whatever, and then their employees would start to drive around old diesel because it was just free, unlimited fuel.
Why not?
But it's like that little like loophole, and like, you know, it's like, hey, you have free fuel if you have like, you know, anything you want that it will work off this fuel, you can take it because we have plenty of it and we need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, it's better. They were urging people to like figure out a way to use it. So I love this stuff like that. It's like, and then like there's lots of like, you know, people that use their companies whatever that they don't use. You know, it's like
okay, I got one.
Like equipment. Equipment's a big thing. Like
I got one.
Okay.
I got one for you that I've been seeing lately. Look, I'm not here to start any wars. I'm not even going to say the name of this place because they do. They're a law firm here in town.
Okay.
There's a law firm here in town that my wife and I see a lot of. And they are one of these law firms that have a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
And you see them in a lot of parades. But the vehicles are always wrapped with their logo. But they're unconventional, strange vehicles that, like, I don't think you would go and visit a client for a case in, right? There's, like, some, like, very high-end, like, Hummers or Jeeps that look crazy.
Okay, yeah.
That are all wrapped up. Then there's a speedboat. There's like a fishing boat.
Okay,
the one that gets me is the fishing boat.
Okay.
It's a fishing boat, and then it has the law firm all over the fishing boat.
All right.
And I'm like, you did that so you could go fishing and ride off your fishing boat.
Yep. we'd have to ask an accountant if you could do that, because I'm doing it if we can.
I'm telling you, there's no other reason to do it, because you never see it being pulled around or anything. And you're not going to be out fishing and see it and go like, oh, that's who I'm calling. That's not a thing.
There may be something where if you put a wrap on your personal boat that you can write off some sort of boat payment or boat insurance because it's a promotional vehicle. It could be like that.
Well, it smacks of that. When I see it, I'm like, well, that's just...
Yeah.
What do you do?
Although a lot of things are not write-offs like we think, like, you know, the going to lunch, you can write off everything. And like that, they got rid of that a long time ago.
If you have an accountant that's willing to bend rules, anything's a write-off. But if you have a by-the-book person, nothing is a write-off.
Well, also, you're only in trouble if you get audited, which is there's a percentage chance. Like, and then you start to learn that, you start living your life with only math and statistics. You're like, oh, what is the chance of getting audited? And then when you actually ask ChatGPT, and it's a surprisingly low chance. And you're like, man, I'm doing all this for a 5% chance. Like, there's a 95% chance I'm getting away with it.
Yeah.
But you start phrasing it like that. Look at everything like that. Look at cancer like that. Look at plane accidents and like all the things that people are scared of. And look at the chance of it not happening. And then it changes your perspective. You're like, oh, okay, well, there's a 95% chance of me not getting caught. That's pretty damn high. That's insanely high. That's to the point.
Feel good.
To the point where it's like, if you told me 95% chance of anything, I'll be like, I'm doing it. Right? Like 95, that's gigantic. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you on Monday's BDM show.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
This is all jokes and funny to you, huh? You can take it up with legal. Have a good day.
Please help. Our client is Irish but loves his hip-hop and really wants a St. Patrick's Day rap for his group of Irish hop dancers. Please attempt to use these words.
Okay, I'm trying this again. I'm a leprechaun undercover. They call me the Green Rover. I'm looking for 4-leaf clover. Won't you holler as you hand one over? Yeah, I'm a leprechaun undercover. They call me the Green Rover. I'm looking for 4-leaf clover. Won't you holler as you hand one over? Oh yeah, I kissed the barley stone. Then digits of shamrock guided me home to a new paradise. A pot of gold and some Irish rice. Ha ha ha, won't you hit me with the shillelagh? I hope this lets me start over, like, dang. Let's see.
Just wait.
Hold on. Bagpipes are driving me crazy. Large potatoes got me lazy. Kitchen revive me, I'm an Irish baby. Baby, baby, leprechaun baby. Baby, baby, leprechaun baby. Baby, baby, leprechaun baby. Leprechaun baby, baby. Now I've got my overalls on. White stockings on. I'm welcome to my home. By a freaking gnome. Hey, you leprechaun, you're shorter than me. But you wear clover. You're very lucky, I see. Hey, you leprechaun, you're shorter than me. But you're wearing clovers. You're very lucky, I see. I see. Leprechaun baby.
Leprechaun baby? What the fuck are you talking about?